All right, welcome to Magic Titans. I'm here with Brian. Brian, it's been a long time since you've been on a stream. How you doing?
It has been so long. It's almost been a year since I've been on any Titans channels, and I'm so glad to finally be here. We're using this remote technology to be here today and playing 40K Magic of all things. I can't think of anything better to be coming back to.
Yeah, we've been super excited to play around with these products. We got given the decks by Wizards of the Coast. Thank you so much for sending us the decks. We got to preview a couple of the cards in these decks. Man, there's so much to talk about, but we do have a couple of guests. Let's take a look at the guests that we're bringing in today. Hello, it's Ben and
Hello.
Serge from LRR.
Hey.
It's very exciting to be here. Very flattered to get the invite.
Yeah, for the Cool Kids Club.
I'm so honored that you guys showed up. I can't tell you how much I love your channel. I've been watching for years. You guys make some of the best Magic content and just variety streaming out there. You guys are great.
That's very kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, as somebody who is a fresh-faced baby to the 40K world, I've been actually binging a lot of your content and stuff, and it is terrific. I am learning so much.
Well,
random-
as anyone who knows 40K knows, all fresh-faced babies get turned into servitor or cherubs. So there's an unfortunate end for all fresh-faced babies in this universe.
Great.
Yikes.
Can't wait.
Random bit of Surge trivia. My introduction to Loading Ready Run, which ultimately got me the whole thing, was actually 40K. I was set up
Whoa.
by a friend on a blind date.
A nerd date.
Yeah, all right. Like the full story is a friend of mine's like, you're looking kind of sad and lonely. I have another friend who's sad and lonely. You two should play your game together. And that's how I met Cameron.
Bonding through 40K. It brings
Yeah.
people together.
That's it. It absolutely does.
Sometime me and Cameron will have to talk 40K because I know he's a big 40K fan. And yes, I can see in chat my voice is messed up. If you know our channel, I've traveled recently and my voice is not my normal voice. So I'm sorry, but I do have enough to push through this stream.
Yeah, you've got to use what little of your voice is left for this. It's a worthwhile sacrifice, Bridget.
Yeah, sorry, Zach. I know we have a stream tomorrow, but this is more important.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
No pressure. All right.
Yeah.
Don't choke. Don't
We got to
choke.
make it good. Serge, we got to
hyperventilating.
perform well. Dude. We should have done some stretches, some vocal warm-ups before this.
All right, well, we did say that we're playing the 40K decks. Let's take a look at some of these decks. I'll start us off. I'm playing the Tyranids deck, which of course the commander is the Swarm Lord. He gets bigger every time you cast him, and when creatures with 1/1 counters die, you draw a card. The two themes of this deck are ramping up into big dumb X spells, which is like one of my favorite things to do in Magic, and playing just gigantic big dumb creatures, one of my other favorite things to do in Magic. So we're going to get swole up with those +1/+1 counters, and we're going to be casting just spells with X in the cost. I'm pretty excited.
I gotta say, I love your deck tech intro. It's very
So
good.
cool.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
I've been on a lot of commander shows, and I'm like, ooh.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
really love these Tyranid cards. They're so amazing. They've done a great job. Tyranids is actually the faction we got a chance to preview when they first did this, and we were so impressed with the cards. They're so great.
Yeah, they're very thematic. It's all about just taking over. It's Teamer colors, which is basically nature reclaiming itself. You got a little bit of that psychic for blue. You got big angry animals for red and green. I love it. Brian, you want to tell us a little bit about your deck?
Yeah, absolutely. I am piloting the Necrons. Anyone who knows, I'm a huge Necron fan. And my commander today is none other than the Silent King himself, Cesaric. And this deck is a mono-black artifact deck. And it really focuses on putting things in the graveyard, self-mill, unearthing things, recursion. It really has a lot of interesting themes in that regard. And because it's mono black, it can do a lot of, and it's artifact, you can do things like destroy all non-artifact creatures and really play into some of that black lore that you come to expect. I really love the combination. I think they've made this work super well. and just very excited to be playing this one. I actually think for those of you who know these decks, they come with a lot of interesting cards that could be your commander. I think Cesaric is actually the least interesting commander in this deck from to kind of build around. But of course, he's the Silent King. We got to show him some respect, and so that's who we're playing to try it off today.
Very cool. Being the Silent King, I think he could have been in the 99 silent.
That's fair. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the beauty of it being a mono black deck, because any legendary creatures now that are in the deck too, you could swap out if you're not feeling it. But having played with these decks once, he's actually like more intimidating than he leads on to start.
One of those things, this slow burn, you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can give you a lot of card advantage, which is cool.
All right, Serge, you want to tell us a little bit about your deck?
Absolutely. I'm playing the Demons, led by Abaddon the Despoiler, who maybe I'll get a lore dump later. And this deck is kind of thematically a mess, but it's also very demon. It's got Cascade, it's got Pain, Life as a way to like draw cards. It's got Demons, ETB. It's this weird thing of like, I want everyone to lose life. My spells get cheaper for losing life. My spells get cast for free off of the demons. But then you're also doing sweet demon stuff, like this card, Kill, Maim, Burn. At the end of the day, I'm just here to sow a little bit of chaos, you know?
Just like the regular life.
That sounds like heresy. Hold on, how dare you?
But now back off.
I think the question on everybody's minds is, what's the most exclamation points in a card title in all of Magic?
It might have been prior to this, Run Hans Run, but maybe
Hans Run, yeah.
Yeah. But it could be Kill Maim Burn now, or Kill Burn Maim, or whatever that is. Maybe it's a tie. I don't even know.
We'll have to see. It might be another card in your deck, so keep track at home.
Oh.
And Ben,
Eyes peeled.
Ben, tell us a little bit about your deck.
Yeah, all right. Hi, everybody. I will be playing Inquisitor Greyfax. Thank you for subscribing to Greyfax. Did you know that everybody here is a heretic?
Wait.
So to stop them all, I'm going to be making a whole bunch of tokens using cards like Marneus Calgar to just basically poop out a bunch of Astartes warriors alongside a bunch of different cards that are going to generate a bunch of tokens and some combat advantage. I also just have the Golden Throne, which lets me sack tokens and turn them into Black Lotuses, which is pretty sweet. And then as I go wide, I'm going to be pumping them up with a whole bunch of different kinds of creatures, lords, to make them really, really big. I'm going to put down a large number of magic cards onto the board, and then turn them sideways, I think. And at the end of it, hopefully, there are 3 less heretics that are spurning our great God Emperor.
I think
right.
that's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah.
Heretic thing. Hold on.
From my perspective, Horus was the right one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is a quote from Abaddon, is that's just your opinion, man.
Yeah, come to me for all the lore facts. I'm encyclopedic knowledge up here, basically.
All right, well, it seems like we're ready to go. Let's get into the game. Look at that. And check out these cool sleeves and playmat that Brian got. Titans
In the future, we're gonna get everyone out some custom Titan sleeves and playmats. For now, we're just rolling with what we've got for this first beta stream. And of course, it is a beta stream, so bear with us. Give us your feedback as we go. We're hoping to improve it as we go, but I think we've got a good show planned for you right now. All right. Well, I did win the roll off that we did just before with a tasty roll of 7 on my 2d6, and so I think I'll be starting first. Sound about right?
Sounds good. Good luck. Have fun, y'all.
That's it. Good luck. Have fun. All right. Well, I am going to start my first turn by playing Desert of the Glorified. It's comes in tapped, and I could tap it for Swamp later, and it has cycling, which I won't be using, and I'll pass the turn.
Brian, did you remember to draw for your turn? This is Commander.
You're right. Thank you so much.
Get that bonus card. Love it.
Sweet multiplayer format.
All right, draw. I'm going to play a Terramorphic Expanse. I'm going to crack this to get a basic island, put it in play tapped, and pass the turn to Ben.
Okay, I am Ben. I will draw, as is my right. And then I'm going to play this Prairie Stream, which comes in tapped, unless I control 2 or more basic lands, which I don't, but it taps for white or blue. And that's going to be me. Go ahead, Bridger.
Very cool. I'll draw. I've been told that's my right. And I'll play a Game Trail. Now, Game Trail, this is a reprint of one of the Snarls, right? There's a red-green Snarl. I could reveal a mountain or a forest. I choose not to. And I'm going to pass back to
writes
Brian.
down no mountain, no forest. Wow.
Secret information.
All right, I'll draw for turn here. And I actually have a land that I love here, the Reliquary Tower. Gives me no maximum hand size, which I hope to take advantage of later. And it taps for colorless. And I will tap that 1 colorless and play a Wayfarer's Bauble. This is an artifact that I can pay 2 and tap, sacrifice it, and put a basic land into play, tapped. I don't have enough to do that, so I will pass my turn.
Untap. Draw. Let's go ahead and play a Foreboding Ruins. This comes into play tapped unless I reveal a mountain or a swamp. Spoilers, I have a swamp in my hand.
Writes down swamp.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Keep track of that
exactly.
information. And then I'm just going to pass with 2 mana up. What's he doing?
Oh, that's spooky.
It's a blue player.
All right, I will draw. Oh, okay. So I drew a miracle.
Oh!
When it... Okay, hold on. May cast this for its miracle cost when you draw it. Ah, damn. It's the miracle cost is 2. It just needed to wait 1 turn. Oh, never mind. Well,
All right,
now you know
we'll
I have this in my hand.
We'll delete that from our brain. We don't know what that
pretend
card
you,
is.
Yeah, it's. I'm sure you all know what Triumph of St. Catherine does.
Oh, it has so many rules. You have no idea.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, I will play this Terramorphic Expanse. I'm going to crack it to go grab a swamp, and then I will pass to Bridger.
Brian, if I may, might want to just adjust your board state ever so slightly. I think it's being obstructed by your camera and the life total box.
Boink.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, well, I will play an island for the turn, and I'm going to Farseek. For a forest, Farseek lets me get a basic land. I'm just going to get a forest, and I'll pass.
All right. Not a lot happening here. I'm going to untap and draw for turn. And I'm going to play a swamp. Has some cool croissants flying in the background. Love to see that. I think what we're going to do to start us off playing something here is we're going to tap 2 and play a Triarch Praetorian. This is a 2/1 flying creature. And when it enters the battlefield from a graveyard, which it's not doing, I get to draw 2 and lose 2. But that may happen in the future because it has Unearth for 5 mana. So I can get that back later. That's about all I can do this turn, so I'm going to pass.
I just want to check in really quick with Bridger. Was that Farseek? Because if it's Farseek, it can't be forest. It has to be any non-forest.
Oh, no. I have cheated on the first card
That's okay.
of Fast and
Now, the
Big.
cool thing about the way that Farseek is templated is it lets you get non-basics as long as the land type is in the name. So if you have one of those duels that is like a mountain forest, you can get that one.
Oh, Serge, you've made my life so much better, but also more difficult.
Yeah, one of the really cool things...
That's called being friends with Serge.
Yeah, sorry. Judge going to judge. One of the really cool things with those cards is if it says non-basic. Non-basic really opens up the options you can look for versus the ones that just say a basic land, in which case you kind of have to be a little bit more restrictive for it.
All right, I choose Cinderglade, which is a forest and a mountain.
Perfect. All right. Y'all called my bluff. I didn't have anything to do with the untapped mana. All right. I'll draw for the turn. But now is my time to absolutely pop off. I'm going to play this mountain. And I'm going to do the most demonic thing ever. I'm going to start with a dark ritual.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Add 3 black mana to my mana pool. 3 and a red and a 1. So I have 5 mana altogether. I'm going to cast Knight Rampager. I have ramped into absolute nothing.
Oh, no.
I could have cast my commander, but this seems funnier. So Knight Rampager is a 5 mana 6/5 artifact creature knight with trample. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose an opponent at random. Attack that player if able, and when it dies, 4 damage to a random opponent.
That is chaos if I've ever heard it.
Yeah, I just wanted like, I don't even know if that's good, but it sure is sweet, and that's good enough for me, you know?
That's very chaos, Serge.
All right, pass to Ben.
All right, I will untap and draw. Oh. Hey, Serge.
Hi.
What creature type is your big thing?
It's an artifact knight.
Okay. Not a robot by any chance?
No, do you have like protection from robots or
I
something?
do actually. This is the Cybernetica Datasmith. It's an 0/1 with protection from robots.
There are so few robots in the game. That's crazy.
There are not a lot. Actually, Unfinity gave a couple of robots, the unset. But for a blue and tap, a target player draws a card, and another player creates a 4/4 colorless robot artifact creature token with this creature can't block. So I can give somebody a card and make a robot, or I could just give a card and a robot and get nothing out of it. So many options. Some of them probably bad. Bridger, go ahead.
All right, I'll draw here. Ooh, fancy. All right, I'll play a mountain for turn. And then I'll play a card I definitely didn't just draw. I'm going to play Magus Lucia Kane. She is a 4-mana 1/1. Must be terrible, right? At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. And then I can tap her to add 2 colorless mana. When I cast a spell with X in its cost or activate an ability with X in its activation cost, copy that spell or ability. So doubling the number of big dumb idiots I get to have.
Yikes.
I'm going to use that trigger to give her a 1/1 counter. I'm going to pass to Brian.
Makes sense.
Okay, pretty cool.
It's like a
I'd love to see
aspirin with upside.
I'd love to see that Datasmith card. I have so many of that model, and he also does nothing in the 40K game either.
Oh, great! Yeah. This card seems like it exists. So
Yeah,
you know.
that's exactly right. I'm drawing for turn. I'm going to play a swamp here, and I think the most interesting thing for me to do at this point is to tap all 4. So 3 black, 1 colorless, and I'm going to play Cesaric, my commander, the Silent King. So, all right. So is that the first commander on the board? I think so. Does that mean I win?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, I don't know who to hit first. We're just going to go for Bridger here. I'm going to tap my Triumph Praetorian. That is a 2/1 flyer over at Bridger.
All right. Hey, Brian, no flyers. I'm just going to take 2 damage.
Okay. I didn't think so. All right, and that's going to end my turn.
I said I was going to do life totals through spell table, and I don't have permission to.
You don't have permission. All right. I'll see if I can give you permission while you play your turn. Definitely.
I was
know how to
like,
do
I
that.
was so gung-ho to volunteer and be a helper.
On the bright side, we've got it on the stream. Oh,
Yeah,
all good.
so yeah, we don't need to necessarily worry about it. Bridger down to 38. All right, untap. I will draw for the turn. It's like really not a big deal, so don't worry if we don't get there. I'm going to play a swamp. And my favorite part, look, I'm going to attack somebody, and it's not my fault.
Yeah,
The
you're
the
absolved
knight-
of all the blame. Yeah,
The knight attacks who the knight wants, okay?
yeah.
So 1-2 Ben, 3-4 Bridger, 4-5 Brian.
I just realized you're the only non-B in this group.
I am now Burge.
Verge.
Hey, Brian, I rolled a 6. It's nothing personal. 6-5 trample coming at you.
I think I'm gonna have to take that to the face. When a rampaging knight comes, there's not much you can do.
Is a rampaging knight like is that a figurine? Is that a thing, or is that something they kind of just made up?
It is a model, and it's actually one of the largest models in the entire game.
Oh wow!
It is a knight, which is a giant model that stands almost a foot tall, and
Wow.
it's huge. It's basically, if you were to play an army of knights, you would have 3, maybe 4 knights total in an entire army.
Oh wow! Do you think 6'5" is a respectable stat line for something that large?
No.
It's just not easy to print a 12-12, you know?
Yeah. All right. Well, I've hit Brian down to 34, and I think my work here. I didn't do anything. The knight.
Right.
Right.
The knight.
The winds of chaos.
You're going to have to work on your cover story a little bit more.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass to Ben.
Alrighty. Drawing for the turn. Wow, you're super late to the party. Hey,
Writes
look,
down
everybody.
Sol
Yeah. What am I doing with my life here? Yeah, it's something akin to that. All right, so I'm going to tap for 1 and play Soul Ring, which taps to add 2 colorless mana. And then Brian and Serge. Wait, does everybody has 4 lands except for me?
I have 4 lands. Yeah, you only have 3 right now, and you haven't
Right.
played your land for the turn.
I haven't, but what I'm going to do is play this Space Marine Scout, which is a 2/1 first strike vigilance. And when it enters the battlefield, if an opponent controls more lands than you, you may search your library for a plains card and put it onto the battlefield tapped.
Ooh, clever. And that
These
says
are-
plains, not basic plains, eh?
It does. I don't think any of these have like shocks or any of them. Oh wait, hold on.
They do have the like some of the
Yes,
buddy duels or something,
they
right?
do.
Yeah.
I have literally one on the battlefield.
Yeah.
I
If
wonder-
there's the white black one, you're in business, right?
Yeah. Let me see if this deck's got the white black one. Man, I've like only seen parts of the cards of this deck, and I'm just like, oh, that's in here. Oh, that's in here.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So a really cool thing about these decks, and correct me if I'm mistaken, but every single creature is a brand new card printed in the 40k universe, and then all the spells and sorceries just got like new versions that are thematic and lore-ish. Is that
New
right?
art, yeah. Even the lands. There's no art reprints in this entire set. All the art is new. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job. Really, it's a great product.
Do you feel it does a good job of reflecting the 40k universe? I mean, it's obviously in like included the character and some of the lore.
Yeah, I think they've captured it really well. And the more I read through the cards and the rules on the cards, I think that they've really embodied what kind of makes that unit special on the tabletop. And I'm super impressed.
That's
One
awesome.
thing I was disappointed with is the stat lines. I don't think Space Marines should be 2/2s. I think that's like 4 of them can dominate a planet, right?
I mean, in the books they can dominate a planet, but 4 of them on the table will die to like a puny guardsman. So Space Marines in the actual game have never lived up to their lore. It's a really tough thing to do. So I would almost be sad if they did live up to their lore in Magic. I feel like they always need to be hyped up, and then in reality just be puny.
Wow.
All right. There's a blue black one and there's a white blue one, but there's no white black of the name, which is unfortunate. So I'm just gonna grab a plains and I'm gonna play my land for the turn, which is an island. And then I've got this 0 that could definitely it's got pro robots. But I think I'm actually just going to hang out and chill. So go ahead, Bridger.
Alrighty. I'll draw for turn. Oh, wow. I'm not in Ben land. I did draw land. And we're going to cast Tyranid Prime. So this is a 3-mana 0/4 with Evolve. And other creatures I control have Evolve.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh.
Yeah. Interesting. And then I have 4 mana remaining. I'm going to use 2 of Magus Lucia Kane's mana and 2... Oh, I had to tap differently. Oh, this actually isn't even legal. We're going to do something else. We're going to cast an Acolyte Hybrid, which is a legal play. This is a 3 mana 2/2 with whenever Acolyte Hybrid attacks, destroy up to one target artifact. If an artifact was destroyed this way, its controller draws a card. Now, I do have some evolve triggers here. We did say that this was the 1/1 counter deck. This is a 2/2. That's a 2/2. So no evolve there, but I do evolve here. 0/4. 0 is less than 2. And with that, I'm done. That's my turn.
Shouldn't you get one more +1/+1 combat from counter from combat?
You are correct, Serge. Thank you.
So just put that on one of your creatures and you're fine.
Counters everywhere.
Love it.
All right. Well, I'm going to untap and draw for turn. And let's see. Ooh. All right. Lots of interesting options starting to appear now. So I'm going to play a swamp. And, would you say, Bridger, that Magus of yours is precious?
No,
Is
Brian.
it something you value?
I have no love for it in the world. I wouldn't care at all if you killed it, Brian.
So you just wouldn't mind at all?
Not even a little bit.
Well, then I think I might pay 1 swamp to defile it. That's -1/1 for each swamp I control, so it's -3.
That's enough to kill her.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. That thing was very scary.
Yeah, it's quite
the spell doubler. Yeah.
And then I will play a 3 more mana, and I'll play an interesting enchantment called Out of the Tombs. And basically, it's a little wordy, but at the beginning of my upkeep, I put 2 Eon counters, so 2 counters on this, and then I mill cards equal to the number of counters. Okay, so this is going to be putting a ton of cards into my graveyard each turn in an increasing number. Now, if I ever get to the end of my deck and I need to draw, I can instead return any creature from my graveyard into play. And if I cannot do that, I lose the game.
Oh, sorry, into play?
Yep.
Yes.
So you got to mill your entire deck and then just start playing things from your bin.
That's
that seems
right.
pretty cool.
So my deck is going to start getting milled. Next turn, I'll put 2 in, and so on and so on. And keep in mind the rest of my deck does that as well. So we'll have to see if we can get through 100 cards this game. I certainly haven't done it before. But in trying to make that happen, I think what we're going to do is we're going to tap the Silent King here and the Triarch Praetorian, and we're going to get some payback for the night. We're going to attack Serge here with these 2. So this is 5 damage in total. And when the Silent King attacks, I get to mill 3 cards and return any artifact, creature cards, or vehicles into my hand.
All right, so go ahead and resolve your attack trigger, and then I have effects before we go to damage.
Okay, so I into my graveyard, I got a swamp, an Emotech the Stormlord. Pretty good, so I'll put him in my hand. And then a Resurrection Orb, which this one, unfortunately, it's not artifact creature, so that's going into the graveyard as well.
So those 3 go into the graveyard, and then you get to return 1 to your hand. Is that correct?
No, I get to return any, isn't it? You put an artifact, creature, card, or vehicle. So just 1. So I'm taking Emotech the Stormlord into my hand.
The one with the big name. I like it.
The good one.
It's a good way of evaluating card power, honestly.
That's exactly right.
All right.
And,
this is probably not the time to use it, but whatever. I'm going to use my mana. I don't want to get attacked by your commander, so I'm going to channel the powers of chaos and send it on a journey. So I'm going to cast Chaos Warp, targeting your commander.
Oh,
So the owner of target permanent shuffles it into their library, then reveals the top card of their library. If it's a permanent, you get to put that on the battlefield instead. Now, correct me if I'm mistaken, commander players. Can you choose to put the commander in the command zone, or does it get tucked?
Yep.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
You absolutely can.
It's
So
all zone
you have
changes, right?
You have the option here, Brian. You could either shuffle it away, or
Yeah,
put
I'm going to put it in the
zone.
command zone. I think that's a fine idea here. So I'll put it up here. I'll put a little counter on it, so I remember.
Yeah, mark that tax.
And do I still get the other ability of putting in? Yep. So sorry, I take the top card from my deck.
No. Give a shuffle. I mean, technically it's random right now, but you're supposed to shuffle the card into the deck and then take a random card, flip it off the top, and if it's a permanent, you get to keep it in play. So I'm not too worried about the big black artifact deck having any big black artifact permanents. What are the chances that I haven't made things
definitely
worse?
So let's top deck a Catan here.
All right, flip it. Let's see.
So it is a Psychomancer. It's a 2-cost artifact creature.
Oh, this one's so cool though. What does it do?
He's a 1/1, and he's a 1/1 flyer, and he has a rule called Harbinger of Despair. Whenever Psychomancer or another non-token artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield or into exile, target opponent loses 1 life, and I gain 1 life.
Oh no!
Cool.
We are going to be drained to death.
All right, well, let's have combat damage resolve here. I'm going to take 2 in the air, going from 40 down to 38.
And did we lose Ben?
Yeah, it's Ben. Did we lose you?
Yes, apparently.
We lost you on spell table.
Goodbye, Ben.
Oh, okay. Farewell forever. I'm so sorry. I was exiled. I don't know what that means, but spell table says
I'm sorry, I cast
exiled
Chaos
you.
Warp, and I thought I was targeting Brian, but I was actually targeting Ben.
Ben the player.
Oh, he's somewhere. Ben is now somewhere in my deck.
Yeah, hold on. I'm getting out.
He's back.
You did it.
I am free.
Amazing. All right, Brian,
Well,
second main.
with that, I'm going to end my turn. And,
All right. The Chaos people will remember this. All right, land. And speaking of remembering this, Abaddon's gonna come party.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Abaddon. I'm sure that's exactly what they sound like, right?
Yeah. It's
So
your
Abaddon
boy.
is a 5-mana 5/5 legendary Atreides. The S is.
Astartes.
How do I pronounce this word?
Astartes.
Astartes warrior. They have trample, and during your turn, spells you cast from hand with mana value X or less have cascade, where X is the total amount of life your opponents have lost this turn. So if you take damage, I get to pop off. Is the technical terminology there?
You were thinking of a different sci-fi franchise.
I
with
was.
Atreides.
I was totally.
Yeah. Walk without rhythm, Serge.
I was like, House Atreides, right? Just like the demons.
Yeah.
All right. Again, I just want to full disclaimer. This isn't me attacking. The Night Rampager needs to attack. This is just how they want to live their life.
They come from a broken home.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They broke the home themselves, but yeah.
yeah.
They have a broken home because they just love smashing walls. All right, 1-2 Ben, 3-4 Bridger, 5-6 Brian. It's nothing personal.
Ooh.
Bridger, 6-5 Trample coming to say hi.
Look, I'm gonna take it for now, Serge. But
I have a response to this.
Oh, sorry. I have declared attacks, or where do you want to respond?
To the attack, I guess.
Okay.
So to give Bridger maybe an opportunity, I don't know if he wants.
Blockers, got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna pay 1 and tap the Cybernetica Datasmith. I would like to draw a card, and I'm going to give Bridger a 4/4 robot.
a 4/4 robot, my favorite.
Oh right, that can't block. Well, it's the
You gave him an opportunity.
Yeah, it's the thought that counts, right?
Look,
It was a good robot.
it does help
Yeah.
because this gives me evolve trigger. So this is a 4/4. So both of these evolve.
Oh God, no! This is bad for Serge.
Yes.
So now I have a 2/6 and a 4/4 and a 4/4 that can't block. I'm still not going to block Surge because I don't want to lose
right.
my Tyranid Prime.
All right, so take 6.
I'll take 6.
And that puts you down to 32.
Yep.
I'm notoriously bad at math, hence the question mark. All right, with that, I will pass La Biblioteca over to Ben.
All right. Well, now that I have forged a friendship, the well-documented friendship of the Imperium and the Tyranids, I'm going to untap and draw for the turn. And then, let's see here. I have things that I could do, probably, maybe. I should probably at some point play my commander, so let's maybe do that. I'm going to smartly use my mana. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 if I play a land. That costs 4. This costs 5. Life is terrible. So everything is wrong. I am going to just play Choked Estuary for the turn, which comes into play tapped if I can't reveal a island or a swamp. And then I'm going to go ahead and play the Triumph of St. Catherine that you saw earlier for its full retail cost.
Gasp face.
Oh.
Yeah, it is a, let's not tap silly, Ben. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. It's a 5/5 with lifelink. And
Jesus.
yeah, it's big.
Okay.
And when it dies, I exile it and the top 6 cards of my library in a face down pile. And if I do, I shuffle that pile and put it back on top of my library. So it keeps coming back. And now when it returns, I can pay its miracle cost, which is pretty cool. And
Card
then
seems real good. Like
it seems not bad, yeah. Everybody's just got a whole lot of beef. Although, Brian, is it just a 2/1 in the air that you've got hanging out over there?
1/1. He's a psychomancer.
All right. Well, I think I'm just going to attack you then with this 2/1 first strike vigilance.
Ooh.
Not much I'm going to do about that except take it.
Okay. And that is gonna be May. Go ahead, Bridger.
Alrighty. Let's draw for the turn. Wow, there's just so many options in the world of Warhammer Magic. Like, every turn is actually kind of hard.
Something cool and new.
Alright, let's...
I mean, I think that's a sign of good deck building, though, that you have exciting turns and it's not super linear, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's
I love
definitely...
Bridger's power of the robot.
Hey.
It's a good-looking robot.
He's a happy little robot.
Beep, boop. Beep, boop.
There's definitely a lot of text on these cards, is how I would describe them.
Yes, yeah.
They're readers.
I think you're pretty close to the original art too, Bridger.
Nice.
I think you nailed the creative idea for it.
So I'm going to cast a Gene Stealer Locust. This is a 4-mana 3/3. It has a couple of abilities. Whenever a creature attacks me, it gets -1/-0. And whenever a creature attacks one of my opponents, it gets +0/+1. So they gain a toughness attacking people that aren't me, and they lose a power attacking me. And then I have Evolve Trigger.
Sorry, a power or a toughness?
It's different each way. So attacking me, you lose a power.
Interesting.
Attacking anyone else, you gain a toughness.
Huh.
Weird, right?
It's
Okay.
weird.
And I get an Evolve Trigger on Tyranid Prime, so he's up to a 3/7 large lab.
This is getting out of hand.
Yeah, this is going to be a problem.
Which is why I made friends with them.
If I knew all it took was giving a defective robot to somebody to make friends, I would have given a robot so long.
See, but
ago.
now I've pioneered the idea.
So clearly, you just have to give 2 robots. Got it. All right.
Yeah, my deck is
yeah.
filled with robots. My whole army is robots.
Well, we'll see how defective this robot is, Brian. It can't attack. It only knows violence. So I'm going to swing the Acolyte Hybrid and my robot at you. I have an attack trigger for my Acolyte Hybrid. I get to destroy an artifact, and its controller draws a card. Serge, correct me if I'm wrong. Your Knight is an artifact?
Look, yes, but just saying, it knows not what it does.
Well, but it's dangerous to all of us, Serge.
All right, that's fair. So for the greater good,
Look,
Yes.
you get a card out of
you
it.
sound like the Imperium right now. I just want to put that one out there.
Well, and what's wrong with sounding like the Imperium? We've got a lot of great ideas.
So
Actually,
this is going to
he's
die
doing
and I draw a
something-
card?
Yes.
All right. So 2 things are going to happen before we go to blockers. This is going to die. I'm going to draw a card, and it also has a when it dies trigger. It deals 4 damage to target opponent chosen at random. So same D6 number here.
Here we go.
Brian, I didn't hit you. I'd like you to know that Bridger hit you for 4 there.
I can see the cause and effect in that. I'm going with it.
There are 2 very different ways to play political games in Commander. Serge is playing one of them. I'm playing the other.
All right, let's go to blockers.
So you have a pair of 4/4s coming at you, Brian.
Yeah, so pair of 4/4s, and I only have my poor little Psychomancer, and I like his activated ability, so I'm going to keep him alive, and I'm going to have to take the damage.
Wow, going down to 20. Still no commander damage in this game. And that's
I tried.
Pass.
I tried to attack with my commander. He went on a journey.
He got lost to the warp.
Yeah.
Look, chaos
okay.
things happen. I don't know what to tell
At
you.
the start of my upkeep, I'm going to put 2 counters, Eon counters, on Out of the Tombs. That's going to mill 2 cards into my graveyard. So let's put 2. One of them is a swamp, and the other one is a swamp. Okay. And then I'll untap and draw for turn.
Hey, you didn't
Let's
have
see
to draw those swamps, Brian. Upside.
But you'll notice I'm not going to play a swamp this turn. And that's because I probably needed to draw one. And also, swamps in my graveyard don't do anything for me. I would much rather have creatures in there, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I have 20 life, but it's fine. So what I think I might do is, because I might want some more lands, I think I'm going to pay 2, tap my Wayfarer's Bauble, and that'll allow me to put a basic land into play. That's going to be a swamp for me. It's going to go into play tap, so I'll get that in a minute because I'm not going to be able to use it. So that'll give me a little extra for next turn. And I think I need to start putting a bit more defenses up. So I'm going to pay 3. And I'm going to play a creature. It's a Lich Guard. He is a 2/3 Necron creature, and he has an ability called Command Protocols. I can pay 4 and sacrifice him, and I get to return all legendary creature cards from the graveyard to my hand. Now, currently, I don't have any legendary creatures in my graveyard, so that's not too exciting, but maybe one day it will be. And because I need a few more blockers, I think I'm going to pass the turn there and just go search for that swamp.
All right, untap. Draw for the turn. Huh. Fascinating. This deck has some like really weird things going on. I'm gonna play a
The chaos deck? No
I
way.
know, right? Yeah.
It seems very out of character for them.
How I do this? It's probably fine. All right. Path of Ancestry is now tapped. This is a land that taps for basically all the colors on my commander, and if I use the mana from it to cast a spell that shares a creature type with my commander, then I get to scry one, which is all kinds of exciting. Okay, Ben, you have a 5/5, a 2/1, and an 0/1?
Yes.
All right. And you're at 40.
I am.
This is a problem.
How big is Yabba Dabba Doo?
Old Abaddon. And hold on. If I attack Ben, this becomes a 5/6 because of your Infiltrator. Is that correct?
That is correct, yeah.
Amazing. So if I cast this Lucius the Eternal,
Ooh.
which is a 5/3 with haste, and it attacks Ben, it'll be 5/4.
Whoa.
Is that also correct?
Yeah.
All right. So Lucius is here. Lucius is a 5/3 with haste, a legendary Astartes warrior. Did I nail it?
You
nailed
did.
it.
You nailed it.
Heck yeah. And when it dies, exile it and choose target creature an opponent controls. When that creature leaves the battlefield, return it from exile to the battlefield under its owner's control.
Wait. Sorry, could you repeat that again?
So when it
It's
dies,
a weirdo
I
card.
tuck it under an opponent's creature, kind of like Haunt.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then when this creature dies, I get this back.
Ah, very neat.
Yeah.
That's thematic for Lucius.
Is it?
Yeah, he does always come back whenever he dies.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
He's an eternal, right?
Are you fighting me?
I'm trying.
You fighting me, coward?
Ben, take 10. 5/6 with trample, 5/4 with haste.
Okay, before blockers,
Oh no!
I'm gonna tap, I'm gonna cast, and they shall know no fear.
So wrecked. All right,
which
now
is,
don't you have to choose? Is it all your creatures or just a particular creature type?
So it's choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until end of turn. So unfortunately, for some reason, the Space Marine doesn't count as a human. It's an Astartes scout, and then I have a human artificer and a human warrior. So
Okay.
I am going to pick human, so that's going to give the Cybernetica Datasmith. It's going to be a 1/1 with indestructible. But more importantly, the Triumph of St. Catherine is now a 6/5 indestructible with lifelink. So I think what I do here is I am blocking both of them. I'll put St. Catherine blocking your commander, though, so that I can kill it. And I will take 0 damage and kill your commander, but gain 6.
Wow.
Hey,
That's
other
not bad.
bees might need a hand here.
No. Me and the Tyranids were square.
We have an
The
alliance,
robot
Serge.
gift.
All right. Well, on my turn, I managed to tap all my mana, give my opponent 6 life, and throw my commander away. So
You're gonna quit. You're gonna quit while you're ahead.
Yeah. I think I've done enough here. Thank you.
Serge, you untapped with Abaddon. I really wanted you to cascade, and I would have taken the hit just to see you cascade.
Well, I appreciate that.
I don't abide by that chaos. I'm going to draw for the turn and play a Plains. Wow, this card is in this deck? Hot diggity. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tap for 4. Using all the colors of the rainbow. In this case, 3 of them. To bring in Inquisitor Greyfax. Thank you for subscribing to Greyfax. They are a 3/3 with Vigilance and Unquestionable Wisdom, which is other creatures I control get +1/+0 and have Vigilance. And then they also have the Hunt for Heresy, which is 1 and tap them to tap a target creature an opponent controls, and then I investigate, which gives me a clue token. So that seems neat and cool and good. Serge, you were so rude to me.
Oh, yeah.
That
Well,
I
hold
think
on. Or I was a gift. I destroyed my own commander, which is heresy.
to give me 6
and
life.
I gave you 6 life. So
Yeah, very true. Yeah,
You're welcome.
Serge is a consummate negotiator.
Yeah. Oh, you're telling me. And my gift to return to you is the gift of 6, 9, 10 damage.
Oh, that's a very nice gift. I'll go to
The
28.
Emperor
Thank
would have
you.
wanted.
Yes. And I will.
How did you know
gain
that's
6.
exactly what I wanted for this Halloween weekend?
Oh, because I'm a giver, Serge. You see.
Oh, Ben's up at 52 life.
I am at 52. And then what I'm going to do is go. I think I can just do it this way. I'm going to tap for 4, and then cast Everflowing Chalice, which has multi-kicker 2. And it enters the battlefield with a charge counter for each time it was kicked. So in this case, twice. And then you can tap it to add mana for each. What is it? What charge counter on it? So basically, I just cast a 4-mana Soul Ring. And now I have extra mana to do nothing with. Go
The
ahead,
Imperium
Bridger.
gives you 2 soul rings? Dang.
Yeah, well, you know, when
Yeah.
you're extra nice and you take all your vitamins and your slurp juice, you get gifts from the Emperor.
Yeah, famously, that is what the Space Marines are known for. Their slurp juice.
It's in the rules. All right, I'll play an Ash Barons. It has basic land cycling, but I'm actually just playing it. Taps for colorless. And then I think it's time for Old Swarmy to come out. Oh, he only costs... Yeah, he costs 6. All right. So we're going to pay 6 for the Old Swarm
Swarmy.
Lord. Now, this is the first time I've cast him from the command zone. So he will come in with a mere 2 1/1 counters, making him a 7/7, evolving everything else that I own.
Oh,
Yikes.
Ben, your robot's a 5/5.
Yeah, my boy's all grown up. Look at him. He's getting so big.
Wow.
He's
All
off
right.
to college.
I have
Look
an
at a
army.
major in communications.
What do I do with this army? All right, Ben, you have a
wait.
6.
I have a 6/5, a 1/1 with protection from robots, a 3/1 with first strike, and a 3/3 vigilance.
Oh man, this commander game is going the way of a lot of commander games. which is Ben and I are in a great position, but I don't think I can. If I just kill Brian and Serge, I have no chance against Ben.
Therefore, slam the Tyranids against the Imperium. No one will see it coming.
If it helps, I have 2 cards in hand.
But okay, yeah, no, Ben, I got to do it. I have to overthrow the Imperium.
Besmirch the gift of robot. The gift of robot.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's fair.
You don't have any artifacts, do you?
I do. The cybernetic datasmith is one. And my 2 soul rings are artifacts.
All right, I'm swinging in with everything, and I'm gonna have an activated ability, a triggered ability from Acolyte Hybrid. I attacked. I'm blowing up your datasmith. He's gone. Get him out of here. But you get to draw a card.
All right. In response to that, then, what is the biggest, scariest thing on Bridger's board? I can't quite.
This is a 4/8 that gives everything evolve.
That's probably the scary one, right?
Yeah, this is a 7/7. My commander. I have a 4/4, a 5/5 robot, and a 5/5 Acolyte Hybrid.
Remind me really quickly, is there a line of text in your commander that when a creature with a +1/+1 counter dies or something like that?
Then I draw a card, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you have one thing that's got 5 power?
Yeah, the robot. So I have a 5/5. Oh, sorry, no.
Damn it, Jimothy,
Sorry, no.
why'd you get so big?
I have a 5/5. I have
undo.
2 5/5s.
All right. Maybe I won't do what I was going to do then. I will instead, in response to this trigger killing him, I'm going to tap the Cybernetica Datasmith. Hey, Serge.
Hi.
Have a robot.
Wow. You know what? That was such a nice gesture. I'm going to forget everything we did in the past.
Hey, all right, great. So I draw a card from that, and then I'm drawing a card from the effect of your Tyranid friendo?
Exactly.
Cool beans. And then I have all this grossness coming my way. The 5/5 robot is just going to make it right on through.
Cool.
And then I'm trying to make your screen a little bit bigger so I can make sure I understand what's all happening here. Oh, sick.
So we have
The
a pair of
4
5/5s.
A pair of 5/5s. Oh shoot.
Yeah, an
Well,
Acolyte Hybrid, somehow a 2/2. Same as a Space Marine.
Okay, then I guess it's the pair of 5/5s that'll be making their way through. I will block the 4/8 with my 6/5.
Okay.
And then what's the little guy?
A 4/4.
It's
But everybody's
no.
+1 toughness from the 4/4.
Okay, gotcha. Then I will also let that one through. So in total, if I'm correct, that's 14 damage. And then I'm just kind of bouncing off of your big butt dude. So gaining 6, so I'll take 8.
Yes, putting you at 44.
That seems like math. Yeah.
Did
All
we
right.
get that right?
Yeah, math is happening. Great. Yeah, that works for me.
And then I didn't lose any creatures, so I passed my turn.
All right, fantastic. Well, starting my upkeep, I'm going to put 2 more Aeon counters on my Out of the Tombs. That is going to put 4 cards into my graveyard. We've got a Swamp again, a Commander's Sphere artifact, Biotransference, actually a really strange enchantment in this deck, and then another Swamp. So great, nothing I can play from the graveyard there just yet. And then I will untap and draw for turn. I did miss an activated ability last turn. My Psychomancer pings someone for 1 damage when one of my artifacts goes into the graveyard, which last turn my Wayfair Bauble did.
Oh, yeah.
It just pings someone for 1 and then I gain 1.
I volunteer as tribute.
I'll actually hit Ben because he's got the highest life total.
I was going to say, I volunteer.
Okay, and draw for turn, and putting all my swamps in the graveyard. So I'm down 2 lands, unfortunately. But this turn I'm going to play something a little big. So 3, 6, all my mana, so it's 6 mana. And I'm going to play a saga here. It's War in Heaven. So the first ability on it is I'm going to draw 3 cards and lose 3 life. The second ability is I mill 3 cards. And then the third one is I choose up to 3 target creature cards with a total mana cost of 8 or less in my graveyard. And I return each of them to the battlefield and turn them into artifacts in addition to their other types. But they're all going to be artifacts. So now remind me, do I get the first ability right now, right? This
Yes,
first
you do.
Yes,
Yep.
you do.
And then it happens after you draw.
Right. So I'm going to lose 3 Life Bridger, and I'm going to draw 3 cards. So I did finally get a swamp, which I'll put into first time in a while, which is nice. And unfortunately, it's just 1 swamp, which isn't quite enough to do anything. And I do still have to just hang out. I think I'm in a precarious position, so I need to keep my blockers alive. So I think I'm going to pass my turn right there.
Something that's really good too for sagas in particular is you can use a D6 to track which chapter counter you're on. So you're on chapter counter 1 now. Untap, and draw. What are you? Oh! Neat. Hold on. 1, 2,
I feel like
3.
that's the draw step for everybody in this game is like, oh, that's a cool card.
It's like, yeah, this seems neat.
I just need to quickly check life totals here. 18, 32, 43, and Ben still has a 6-5.
Yeah,
6/5 lifelink vigilance.
I tried, Serge.
I mean, I can't attack into it. Literally attacking Ben would make his life total go up. So here's what I'm going to do.
We already
I'm gonna
tried that one.
I'm going to attack
New
Bridger
trick.
this time.
No.
I'm attacking. Wait, so I lose power. So this is a 4/3 and this is a 3/4 because of your changeling or whatever it's called.
Yep.
All right, I'm attacking you for 7.
7. I will block the larger one with my Swarmlord.
That's Lucius. All right, so take 3 from the robot.
3 damage, putting me down to 29.
Okay, so this is dead. I mean, can we talk about how cute this robot art was for a second there? I'm very proud of that.
Good job.
Thank you.
With the robot
He
lives,
kind of
right?
looks like he's
Wait, no,
giving-
the robot lives. I'm sorry. The robot lives and Lucius dies. I'm going to tuck Lucius under your commander. Now, don't worry about keeping track of it too long because you have angered the forces of chaos and it's time for us to commit a little bit of blasphemy.
Aw, man.
I got Blasphemous Act. So this spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield and deals 13 damage to each creature. So I've got 1. Ben has 3. That's 4. Bridger has 5. So it's -9. It's basically only costs 1 mana. So I'm just going to go ahead and deal 13 damage to all creatures. Anybody have any effects?
In response, I am sad.
I'm going to draw 5 cards.
my
Fair.
my robots come back from the dead, so I'm okay.
And you have a bunch of triggered abilities there, Brian, when your side dies.
Yeah, so I get to deal 3 damage and gain 3.
Yep.
And so Ben's still the highest there, so I'm going to take 3 from Ben and gain 3.
You got it. Hey, look. I'm down to my starting life total. I have a trigger for the Triumph, this is just a really, really neat ability. So I exile it and the top 6 cards of my library. And then I shuffle it and then put that pile on top. So they'll
Very
come
cool.
back to me on a rainy day.
I hope you pull it first. That would be...
I kind of do too.
Yeah. Like, guess who's back? All right, and Lucius comes back because the creature that Lucius was under died. Lucius is like crawls out from that Tyranid battlefield. Is like, hey guys, what's up? All right, second main. I'm going to cast. Well, I guess it's all second main. I'm going to cast Plague Drone. This is a 4-mana 3/3 demon with flying, and it says if an opponent would gain life, lose that much life instead.
Whoa.
That's cool.
Where was that
Now
like
that-
10 minutes ago?
Yeah, exactly
Hate
right.
that.
All right, and I'll pass to Ben.
All right, here we go. Big money. No
Yeah, see it.
whammies. No, it is not that. It is this plains. Yeah, a little bit depressing. But here's what I'm going to do. I don't have a ton of action in my hand, so I'm going to pay this commander tax and the 4 to just bring back Greyfax. You can't escape them. And then 2, 3, 4, 5 to play a Redemptor Dreadnought.
Ooh.
So it is a 4/4 with Fallen Warrior. So as an additional cost to cast a spell, I may exile a creature card from my graveyard. I'm going to do that with this Space Marine Scout. Get inside the robot, Shinji. It's a 4/4 trampler, and it has Plasma Incinerator. So whenever it attacks, if a card is exiled with it, it gets +X until end of turn, where X is the power of that exiled card. So it was between that or the O one. So when it attacks, it gets +2/+1. So it'd be a 6/5. And I guess Inquisitor Greyfax is also giving it +1/+1. So it'd be like a 7/5 trampler, which is not bad.
I really like the lore of that card. They really captured like someone going into a dreadnought after death. It's a really cool play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really neat. And I can't do anything else, so go ahead, Bridger.
Right, I forgot that about dreadnoughts. It's like, I want to keep fighting, but my body has failed me. Well,
Yeah,
would
like
you
they
like
lost
to be?
all their arms and legs and most of their torso, so they put them in this life support death robot. And then they keep fighting for like 1,000 years until they go insane, and then they shut them off between battles so they don't go crazy.
I like the term life support death robot.
Yeah. Right, I forgot about the part of powering them down so they don't have to deal with the fact that they've lost their bodies.
Yeah, they go crazy. So they basically power them up and then just point them at the enemy.
Well, the terrifying thing about dreadnoughts is that most of them are not volunteers. You're just like chosen as a person who's barely alive. And they're like, you're too good at fighting. We're putting you in a dreadnought.
Yeah, you just wake up in a dreadnought and you're just like, let me die.
I was definitely under the impression that it was like somehow noble. I guess not, eh?
It
is.
noble
No, it is
from everyone
noble.
else.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a noble sacrifice of an eternity of pain.
That's right.
Dang.
So I'm playing a forest and casting Hardened Scales.
Right on time.
Yeah.
So Hardened Scales, classic 1/1 counter card. And anytime I would put a 1/1 counter on a creature, I put that many +1 instead. I pretty much just have to dump my hand right now because I have all these cards. So I'm going to cast Biophages. He's a 2-mana 1/3. He taps to add a mana of any color, and if it's used to cast a creature, that creature enters with a 1/1 counter on it. And then I will cast Icon of Ancestry, naming Tyrannid. So creatures I control of the chosen type have +1/+1, and I can spend 3 and tap to look at the top 3 cards in my library to reveal a creature of the chosen type, put it in my hand, the rest on the bottom. That's it for me. Over to you, Brian.
Okay, I'm starting to have a few things on my upkeep. So my saga is going to update, milling 3 cards. We can start to see how this starts to...
If I may, really quickly, the saga happens after you draw. So
Okay,
my apologies for that.
well then I'll put 2 more counters on Out of the Tombs, milling 6 cards instead.
You've only made them stronger.
Yeah, exactly. So I have a Scorpec Destroyer, Swamp, Sculpting Steel, Mindstone, and Swamp. So only 1 creature there, and nothing with a graveyard ability yet.
Yeah, so the timing there is weird. It's like the upkeep is the first one, and then you draw, and then you mill the second time.
Yeah, I'm already a good chunk through the deck. So, and then I'm going to untap here, and I'll do my draw, and then my saga will go next. So that's going to mill 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. We've got another swamp, basically another land, and a Scorpec Lord, who does have an unearth ability. For 3 to come back, and that's pretty cool. So we now have enough creatures in my graveyard that next turn the saga will allow me to bring a few back to life. Before I actually didn't really have any creatures to bring back, so it's good that popped off a bit.
So what you're saying is Chaos actually helped you by killing your creatures, so you can bring them back.
that is what I'm saying. Tough call here. What's the toughness? Everyone's toughest creature, the toughness of it.
I have a 3/3 and a 4/4.
Okay.
I got toughness 3 on both of my creatures.
I have a 2/4.
Okay. Tough decisions. So because I have some creatures coming back into play next turn, I think what an interesting move would be is I'm going to tap 4, and I'm going to play that card I drew a while back, Emotech the Stormlord. He's a legendary creature, and he's one of the, if you know the Necrons, one of the leaders of the Necrons. He's a 3/3 artifact creature, and he has a rule called Pharaon. When one or more artifacts cards leave my graveyard, create 2/2/2 Necron warrior tokens. So next turn, when I get some creatures back, I'll get a few tokens. And then he has an ability, Grand Strategist. At the beginning of combat on my turn, another target artifact creature I control gets +2/2 and Menace until the end of that turn. So he's a nice support character there.
Okay.
So that could do something soon. And other than that, I think we are just going to... I think we might want to pass the turn. I'm trying to decide here. Nah, there's not too many attackers. So I'm going to pay 2. I'm going to drop an Arcane Signet, of course, adding 1 mana of anything in my commander's identity. So in this case, one black or colorless.
Wait,
And
why did they put an Arcane Signet in the monocolor deck?
I have absolutely no idea. I was thinking the same thing.
It could have been a
another rock.
Mind Stone. I think that'd have been very on flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I am going to pass my turn.
Untap. Draw for the turn. All right, I got to read this for a quick second. I just remember somebody in chat saying something about, I'm going to cheer for Serge if he ever casts this one card, and then I drew it off the top. So
Oh boy,
I might have to play to the audience here.
it's a called
Oh,
shot.
sloppity
Bile Piper. Yeah. So let's all read it together. It's a 4-mana 3/3 demon with Folly Gut Pipes. Tap 2 and sack a creature. The next creature spell you cast this turn has Cascade. Oh. I mean,
He literally runs around the battlefield playing bagpipes that are made out of people's intestines.
I mean, that sounds kind of cool as heck, if I'm honest.
That's pretty rad, actually.
Blood God. All right, I'm gonna go to some attacks here. Hey, Ben.
Yeah. What
I'm
up?
gonna attack you in the air with a 3/3 flyer, and Bridger, I'm gonna attack you on the ground with a 5/3 haste.
5/3. I have no effects.
Yeah. Me neither. I'll take 3.
And I will take 5.
All right. Well, let's get the old Slobbibity Bile Piper in play. All right, so that's 4 mana there, and I'm also going to cast an enchantment here. This enchantment is called The Lost and the Damned. So it's a 3-mana enchantment. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control from anywhere other than your hand, or you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, create a 3/3 red spawn creature token, which is actually quite cool. So a fetch land would trigger that, which is kind of neat.
Interesting.
A land somehow entering the battlefield from my graveyard, and of course Cascade. This synergizes with my Cascade stuff. It's sort of its big thing right there. I am now heckbent. I've got jazz hands, and I'm going to pass to Ben.
Alrighty. I will untap. Maybe this is the turn.
Are you going to get it?
Nope.
Ah.
Alas.
Something has to make you shuffle your deck so that you never get it again.
Well, I mean, so far you've given me land, so it's not bad. I'll play this Command Tower, which taps for any color, which is pretty terrific. And then, who's got the most life? It's Serge. Wait,
when did that happen?
Yeah, how does that...
Just,
I don't know.
Just now, Serge.
Oh, well, the most life compared to you. I mean, yeah.
Well, I can't attack myself, but
You haven't even tried.
yeah, that's a good point. I do that a lot IRL, so I decide not to bring it into the Magic game. Somebody correctly also corrected me. The Redemptor actually gets plus. It's the power, not the exact thing on the creature. So Serge.
Hi.
How big is Sloppity Bile Piper?
Old Sloppity Boppity over here is a 3/3.
A 3/3. Does anybody have anything like that can't block a 3/3 with vigilance?
I have a 2/4.
Bridger has a 2/4.
Okay. Well, then Serge, I'm just coming at you for 7 trample.
Oof.
Oof. I go to 21.
Sick. And unfortunately, that is going to be my turn. Or maybe I'm just holding up a bajillion mana. Who
Cards
can
in
say?
hand?
3.
Oh.
It's Tyranid time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this would have been great like 3 turns ago. Classic. All right, so we're going to tap the biophages so that I get a counter when I cast a creature. And then I have 8 mana. So let's cast this.
It's going to be a... Oh, look who's back!
So Swarmy's going to get 4 counters from himself, 1 counter from the biophages, and 1 counter from Hardened Scales. So he's going to come in with 6 counters and be just a big fat 11/11.
That's a big 11/11.
That's a big boy.
Just a few too many.
Big dumb idiots.
Woo!
And that's my turn. I will pass.
Now, just before I do some things, Serge, you have an ability on the battlefield that when someone gains life, they lose life?
Correct. If you would gain life, lose that much life instead.
And is that an enchantment? What is that?
That is on my demon. My
3/3
plague
flyer.
demon. Or my plague drone, pardon me.
Okay.
So it's a
Interesting.
3/3 with
Okay.
flying.
All right. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put 2 more counters on. Out of the tombs, it now has 8 counters. I'm going to mill 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
This enchantment rules. I love this.
It's crazy, right? So, Hexmark Destroyer, the Illuminor Caesaris, very powerful creature. We have Vault of Whispers land, Dread Return, Sorcery,
yeah,
the
Dread
Chronomancer.
Return?
Yeah, Dread Return's a great card, right? Swamp, a Necron Overlord, and a Cryptek. So lots of creatures going in my graveyard which have the chance to come back this turn, so I'm going to have to evaluate that. And then we will untap. This is where it starts to get a little tricky because my effective hand size starts to become a lot harder than I can keep in my head at one time.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to draw for turn. Okay. Interesting. It really gives me too many choices this turn. And then my saga ends. It goes to its 3rd, which means I get to bring back 3 cards or 3 creatures from my graveyard with a total mana cost of 8 or less. And they become artifacts in addition to their other types. Now, I did have 3 picked out already, but I just put like 6 more in my graveyard.
Yeah.
So, give me just a second to review these. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, so Living Death, Serge, you were like excited that was in.
Living Death is unbelievably spicy. I don't know. I just love those sort of effects, those big game changes. I thought for a second it was, what's the flashback card that you sack 3 creatures that brings something back? That's not Living Death. That's...
Victimize?
No. It's a classic Dredge deck card. Not Unburial Rights. Oh, my brain is gone.
I could have sworn it was
I haven't played.
Oh my God.
like sack 3 and bring 2 creatures back.
That's a flashback. No, it's sack 3. It's reanimate target creature, or flashback sack 3 reanimate target creature. And it's super classic in Dredge because you like Dredge Narcomoebas and you brought it back. I was just thinking how sick that would be in Brian's deck because he Dread Return. Thank you.
Yeah.
The Dread Return is the card I was thinking. Because with Brian's deck, every time he returns creatures from the battlefield, he gets free tokens or artifacts from his graveyard. He gets the tokens, and you could sacrifice the tokens to like further like
And then you get the pings from the Psychomancer.
Oh. So what's that Vince McMahon meme of just like
Yeah.
Exactly right.
That's
All right,
me right
well,
now.
It turns out of the 6 new creatures I put into my graveyard, the 3 I'd already chosen are the correct answer. And the real reason for that is because they just add up to 8 better than the other ones. So I've got 3. The heaviest one of the group is the Scorpek Destroyer. He's a 4/2 Death Touch, and he has an ability. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under my control, he gains first strike until the end of turn. The second creature we've already seen here was the Psychomancer. Of course, he's a flyer and pings for damage when I put a card into my graveyard, an artifact. And then the last one we've already seen is the Triarch Praetorian. And when he enters the battlefield from my graveyard, I draw 2 cards, and I lose 2 life. So I'm going to draw 2 there. And now my Emotech, the Stormlord, is going to trigger that because 1 or more artifact cards did just leave my graveyard. I get 2 2/2 Necron tokens, so I'll put those out.
He's popping off.
It's definitely changed a lot there. And thanks to the draw off of the Triarch Praetorian, I finally got another land. It's been a very, very long time. I almost forgot that they were in the deck. But
they were all in your graveyard, Brian.
Yeah, you just built them all. Sorry.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was a polluted mire, which comes in tapped. So I'm not getting the benefit this turn. Okay, now that we have all of that fun stuff out of the way, I think what we need to do, yes, we need to tap 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we are going to play another legendary character. This is Trazan the Infinite, great character from the Necron lore. He's a 4/6 with Death Touch. So now I have 2 Death Touch on my board. And he has an ability, Prismatic Gallery. As long as he is on the battlefield, he has all the activated abilities of all artifacts in my graveyard.
Wow. All right.
I don't know how busted that is here, but that card like breaks a lot of other formats wide open. You can just win on the spot with that card sometimes.
I think you're absolutely right about that. Now, I did do the homework of looking through my graveyard before my turn here to see if there was anything too spicy. There really isn't. There's a lot of unearth abilities, tap for mana abilities, tap to sacrifice some abilities. There's nothing of any real merit at the moment. That's. I think that's going to end my. turn. Let me just double check if I yes. So that
real quick, Brian, your saga's done, right? You can get rid of that guy.
My saga is done, and I will move that over. Thank you.
And what a saga it was.
Yeah.
Saga. The War in Heaven. Okay, and that ends my turn. I all of a sudden have quite a few creatures.
Do you want to attack with anybody? I think only.
Well, I only had 1 on the battlefield, which was my 3/3 Stormlord, and he's a little too valuable for me to risk at the moment.
That's absolutely. I just wanted to check. Awesome. All right. Yeah. We'll go to me here. So I have no cards in hand and a belly full of demons, that's got to be a song somehow.
Definitely.
All right, top deck lords. Oh, gods of chaos. Please give me nothing but gas off the top.
It's not a land.
It's gas. All right. Okay. All right. Hold on.
Oh, did you want to see the board?
Ben,
sorry.
Is your dreadnought also thick, or is it just top heavy?
So it's thick when it's not attacking. It's just a 5/4 right now.
All right. You have the most life. So here's what we're gonna do. God, Brian is scary suddenly.
Yeah.
Brian, do you have anything in the air?
Yes, I have 2 flying creatures.
Ugh. All right, here's what we're going to do. Ben, I'm attacking you with a 5/3. Bridger, I'm attacking you with a 3/3 flyer.
No.
So Bridger said no blocks, took 3 in the air. Ben, I got this 5/4. It's the Eternal.
Yeah, I'll take 5.
Okay. Second main, and here's where it gets exciting. And there's a chance I get some things wrong here, so let me walk through the turn really carefully. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. 2, tap. Old Slibbity Bippity over here is going to sacrifice Lucius the Eternal. And I would like to put Lucius the Eternal underneath... Brian, I'm going to put it underneath your legendary artifact creature, the really scary one, which makes your board even bigger.
Yeah, this one here. Emotech the Stormlord.
Perfect.
Hey,
all right.
So in response to that trigger, Serge, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Is he templated in the same way like old Mesmeric Fiend is? Like
when it dies, exile it and choose target creature an opponent controls. When that creature leaves the battlefield, return it.
So if I destroyed the thing that you're putting it under is he's no longer eternal and
It
stays
looks
no,
to
in
me
it's
the
right
true.
now like there are 2 different triggered abilities on this because it's not an if. So yes, if you killed it in response, this would go into exile and never come back. That is my read on this card right now.
I thought because it was choose not target. It's all
Exile
in one
it
go?
and choose target creature an opponent controls. So we technically have an ability on the stack right now. It is targeting that creature.
Yeah.
This is really weird the way it's templated. When Lucius the Eternal dies, exile it and choose target creature an opponent controls.
I mean, if it either way, I think I'm gonna let this happen. But it just out of curiosity, if it's a card that interacts in that sort of way.
I think it works the way you want it to. That you can goozle me. It's weird. It's weirdly worded though.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah,
Well, 'cause
If
I'll let it
I
happen
wasn't
for now.
playing, I'd open a bunch of different text documents and like do the research on it. All right.
It's-
So, anyways, Slippity Bippity over here says sacrifice a creature. The next creature spell you cast this turn has Cascade.
Ooh.
I got something to cast here. I'm gonna cast, and I would love your help with the pronunciation here. Heralds of Tzeentch.
Zinch.
It's great.
Inch.
So this card also has Cascade. So it's a 5-mana flying creature with Cascade. Now, multiple
boy.
instances of Cascade stack. So we're going to cast this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the first Cascade trigger, looking for CMC 5. So this has Cascade, Cascade. All right, the first one. Deny Reality, unfortunately, is 5 CMC, so I don't get to cast this one. So next, but it also had Cascade. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Instead, we hit the Mandate of Abaddon. Sorcery. Choose target creature you control. Destroy all creatures with power less than that creature's power. All right, all my creatures currently have 3 power because I sacked my 5 power one.
Are you?
All right,
casting
so hold
it?
on. So I have, this goes on the bottom. This is now on the stack above another Cascade target. So literally it's 3. So all creatures with power 3, less than 3 are dead.
So you are casting it?
Yes, I this is my first Cascade trigger. I'm hitting this. I'm choosing to cast it.
So you're,
Abaddon has mandated that the weak must perish.
you're also going to
It's
get a
less than-
spawn from your enchantment?
Yes, we'll have a triggered ability from that after, which is also a 3/3 though.
Sorry, just to clarify, it's power 3, you're saying?
If you have anything that is power 2 or less, they are dead.
Yeah. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, we're gonna get so many triggers right
Yep.
now. Oh
Yep.
no!
The stack is
Is
big.
it now really quickly for your artifact creature there? Is it non-token or is it any artifact that it kills?
It's non-token.
Okay.
Any non-token. So there's only 2 that are gonna ping off of this.
All right, so you can hit me. It's fair.
Yeah, so that's 2 damage that'll go to you. Now
Yeah.
that would make me gain 2 life, but instead I'll lose 2, right?
Yes, correct.
And let's say if I may gain or I have to gain, or is it... Yeah, I have to gain it, so I'll
Okay.
lose the 2 life as well.
All right. Second Cascade trigger now. So I'm also looking for CMC 5, and then that's also going to get me another spawn here. Reverberate. No, the order.
Which means
So
you can't cast
technically,
it.
the Herald is still on the stack. So if this was an instant or sorcery, I could have targeted it with it. But I don't have a legal target for this, so I'm actually going to choose not to cast it, and it's just going to go onto the bottom of my library.
Which means you don't get that spawn, right?
I mean, at least you got to kill a bunch of Necron. That's a victory in and of itself.
No, yeah, the spawn does go away because we
Guilt
chose
is
not.
the strong word. Let's say they went to sleep.
Ah, yes, yeah, that's probably correct. Waiting for somebody to dig them up by oops accident.
Well, that was a cool turn. I don't know if it was good, but it was fun.
Look at all those Necrons that are gone.
Yeah, it's a significantly less scary board right now.
Yeah, okay, I helped, I guess. I've made a powerful enemy. I have nothing else I can do this turn. Ben, your go.
Cool. On your end step, I am going to tap down your Herald of Tzeentch, and I make a clue token, and I'm just actually going to crack it right away to draw a card.
Do you hit it? Do you flip it?
Nope, it's another land.
What are we,
It's all
4
right.
deep?
She's on an expedition. Here we go, though. Draw for the turn. No. Oh.
Oh.
That'll be something for later. It's not them. Let's see. I mean, I feel like she's not blocking all that much right now anyway. God, I kind of just want to keep drawing cards. I'm going to play this Sunken Hollow, which comes in untapped at this point because I've definitely got more than 2 basic lands. And I think what I will do is attack Surge.
No! That's
with
for 7 again?
It is a 7/6 with trample.
You know, it's got trample. There's no point jumping. All right, I'll go down to 12.
You got it. And that is going to be me. Go ahead.
Life totals are getting low here.
Yeah, we're getting real close. One big turn can knock anybody out.
Yeah.
I thought about chumping, and then I looked over at Bridger's board, and I think I'd much rather chump the 11/11. Just, you know.
Yeah, I think
It's
I
not a bad idea.
I feel happy that I have several Death Touch creatures.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay. All right. I think I might have to spin the icon, which is not a good place to be. But here we go. We're spending 3 to spin the icon. I'll look at the top 3 and reveal nothing and put them all on the bottom.
The whiff.
Well, hey, 3 cards that I now don't need to draw. So
There you go. I would have loved an effect like that about 3 turns ago.
look, I think the 12/12 from icon that wasn't factored. The 12/12 is gonna hang out on defense.
Yeah,
It's a
pretty good.
defensive Swarm Lord, and I'm gonna pass, Brian.
Defensive Swarm Lord. Is that lore appropriate? Hold on a second here.
That is not lore appropriate. We're gonna have to issue a lore yellow card on that one.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, where's the lore judge here? Hold on.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Listen, Atreides.
Yeah. So out of the tombs, getting a little out of hand here. It's up to 10 counters, which means 10 cards into my graveyard. 2, 3, 4,
I love this
5,
card. I need to get myself a copy of
7,
it.
8, 9, 10. It's a very interesting card. I appear to be about halfway through the deck. It's going to start getting a little ridiculous for me to read these all out to you. But keep in mind, every card I put in my graveyard with an activated ability, Trazen has that ability.
Yeah, right.
So Mystic Forge, exile the top card of my deck. That's okay. Unstable Obelisk. I can destroy target permanent. That's pretty cool. We've got a Living Death going in the graveyard. Night Scythe, very cool vehicle that I can't bring back. Beacon of Unrest. Crypto Thrall, nothing activated there. And then some more lands that I won't get to play ever. Okay, it's a thick graveyard, if I've ever seen one. After that, I will untap. Now tell me that you have a card in play, which is the bane of my existence. You've heard me ask about it a couple times. It's your
The Plague Drone, the one
Plague
which
Drone.
makes
Is it
you
an
lose
artifact?
life instead of gain life, right?
Yeah, is it an artifact?
It is not. It is just a demon.
Okay.
It's
I asked
a
because
demon.
it's a vehicle. It's a vehicle in Warhammer, so that's my instincts made me think it was an
Oh,
artifact.
really? The Plague Drone is a vehicle.
Well, it's like
Yes.
they ride around on it.
It's a
Yeah,
demon
so you
vehicle.
can see in the art here.
Oh,
that,
sorry. I thought it was a plague. Sorry, it's that kind of plague drone. I get it.
Oh, wait.
I thought it was.
Ben has the model. Hold on.
I thought it was a bloat drone. Sorry, I missed.
One of
it.
these guys?
Yeah,
No,
what
that's a
Brian was
bloat
thinking
drone.
of.
Ah,
That's
damn.
what I thought it was.
thought I
That's
knew.
Oh.
I love that
so-
neither of the Warhammer players, like the Warhammer streamers, had models on hand, but Ben had the model.
So I'm going to play something big and splashy just to have some fun here.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to cost me 8 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's everything I have except my Arcane Signet here. And I'm going to bring down my first Catan. These are Star Gods. Shard of the Nightbringer. He's an 8/8 flyer. And he has a very, very cool ability. This is where the juice is. Drain life. When Shard of the Nightbringer enters the battlefield, if I cast it, target opponent loses half their life. rounded up, and you gain life equal to the amount lost. So,
Careful.
yes. You're right. That is very, very dangerous. But what I'm also going to do, one second here, is I'm going to tap Trajan and my Arcane Signet. I'm going to use the ability of my Scepter of Eternal Glory in there to add 4 mana. And I'm going to play, their name is Death, destroying all non-artifact creatures.
Ooh, what?
Ooh, okay.
Well, there goes my entire board. Because what's really interesting, this is a very minor complaint. My only complaint about the border of some of these demons in this set is that they kind of look like artifacts.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there go all of my creatures.
I have a response.
Moly.
I will also, but you can go first if you'd like, Bridger.
Yeah. All right. Mine's quick. Inspiring Call. Draw a card for each creature I control the 1/1 counter on it, and those creatures gain indestructible until end of turn.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Get out of here.
All right, I'm going to tap one, and I'll tap down whatever is your biggest, scariest friendo, Brian.
That would be my 4/2 Scorpec Destroyer Death Touch.
All right, that is tapped down, and then I'm just going to crack that clue that comes along with that. And oh, right, okay, that's it's not it. Actually, I realized how bad that would have been if that was the moment I drew the miracle. It's okay. It's all right. It was not it. Right. And that's all I can do. So my Dreadnought sticks around, but goodbye,
yeah, it's an
Greyfax.
artifact. Yeah. All right. So this thing comes down like a hammer, and somebody loses half their life.
Yes, Ben loses what, 16 life?
16, and you
And I
gain
gain
16.
16.
Holy moly!
I don't like that.
35. New life.
New
lead.
arch enemy.
I've now made a lot of enemies, as the dead are wont to do, and I think I'm gonna have to end it there.
You can attack. I have my shields are down. You have a free attack on me should you choose. Obviously, I would like you to not attack me, but the option is there.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my Stormlord here as an option.
That's fair. That's totally fair. All right. I'm untapping with no cards in hand.
Oh,
no
Serge,
cards in hand. No creatures on the board.
There's been a lot of board wipes this game.
Yep. Oh, well. All right, my commander, I should have targeted literally any other creature with the Eternal, but here we are. My commander's going to cost 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I get a scry off it because it turns out my commander shares a creature type with my commander.
Makes sense.
Heresy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and take that basic mountain and put it on the bottom of my deck. And you know, I'm not going to play any mind games. I'm just going to play this command tower. I have jazz hands. Maybe I'll look less threatening. All right, Ben, you're up.
Okay. After all the I mathematically I don't know how many cards I've drawn, but I think this has to be it.
I think this
right?
has to be it. Yeah.
Yes, it is indeed the Triumph. I think it was the last card in there. So I'm going to pay 2 for its Miracle cost, which Miracle on creatures, by the way, very, very cool.
Yeah.
So that comes in. My 5/5 lifelinker is back. I have to cast it that moment, right, Serge?
Yeah, for the Miracle cost, correct.
Yeah.
You have the Miracle trigger, and when it resolves, you have to eat, like, you can't draw or do other things in the meantime.
Yeah, which is
it can also
sad
be
because
stifled, which is kind of funny, but
that is, yeah. Well, I had this Path of Ancestry, which I would have liked to scry off of, but that is okay. How big is that that real large person who sucked the life out of me, Brian?
Yeah, the Shard of the Nightbringer is an 8/8 flyer.
Neat. It was not neat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tap.
We're in danger.
It's an incredible card.
It seems very good. Yeah, I'm gonna tap for 4, which is now the commander cost, commander tax, and 4 to bring out Greyfax again. And then you gain so much life. What is a little bit more? I'm going to Swords to Plowshares, your 8/8 flyer.
Oh!
Okay, that makes sense.
So it goes to
So-
exile, and Bridger gains 8 and goes to 43?
Yep, right back up there.
We have some work to do here.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get us started. I'm going to swing in with my my 7 trampler. at you.
I think I'm going to take that rather than lose.
Sounds good. And then that is me. Go ahead, Bridger.
Ooh, okay, all right. Ben, I really appreciate you as a human. That makes me feel a lot better about this board state.
Yeah, that there's an 8/8 flyer pooping about. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll play a forest for the turn. We have another hand dump coming, but first I'll cast a Soul Ring, and then we'll spin. We're gonna spin the icon again. Look at the top 3. Hopefully we'll get a Tyranid. Nope. Look, it's a Tyranid deck, but
I am shocked that you've whiffed twice. I'm pretty sure, like, unlike my deck, which is demon themed and is missing a lot of demons, I'm pretty sure almost every single creature in your deck is a Tyranid.
I think some of the Gene Stealer cults for characters don't have the Tyranid.
Oh,
Which
interesting.
is interesting.
Okay.
But I might be wrong on that.
well, we'll just play it safe and cast an Abundance. This is a 4 mana enchantment. If I would draw a card, I may instead choose land or non-land, then reveal from the top until I reveal a card of that type, and then put that card into my hand.
That's a good one.
So I will not
No more
draw
dead
land.
draws.
Yeah. And then we still have defensive Swarmlord, so we're still just going to chill out.
Second warning.
There will be no third warning.
Look, I'm only at 21 life, guys. I could die like that.
Is
that-
that the end of your turn?
You're up, Ryan.
Okay. The Out of the Tombs goes to 12 counters, milling 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. You go through the deck pretty quick at 12 counters.
Yes,
I
imagine.
The Necron Monolith, huge creature there. Swamps, their number is Legion, cool sorcery. Mask of Memory, interesting. Thought Vessel, Canoptic Wraith, Darkness, great card, wish I had that. Swamp,
Oh, wow. Right, you have fog in your deck. That's so
I have
rude.
a Fog in my deck, which is great. Void Dragon, this is the other Catan in my deck, which is now in my graveyard. Endless Atlas, and Convergence of Dominion, very cool artifact. So, okay, these all go into my graveyard. And then I will untap and draw for turn. Let's see if I can get a land. It's been a very long time. I do not. All right. Well, I have so many cards in my graveyard. We're going to... Yeah, we're gonna have to figure this out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play my Technomancer, cost 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I have 2 untapped. The Technomancer, he's a 5/1. And when he enters the battlefield, I mill 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. So here are all my lands, 3 lands. And he doesn't just do that. He gets to return any number of artifact creature cards with a total value of 6 or less from the graveyard back to the battlefield.
To the battlefield?
To the
I mean,
battlefield.
it does
Wait.
cost 7 mana. Wow.
It's Protean Hulk for artifacts? What?
Yes, it is.
That's
wild.
amazing.
Yeah, so it's quite a few. 6. So I've got a few choices here. So I'm going to take my Triarch Praetorian, who we've seen a couple times. When he comes to the battlefield, I draw 2 cards, which I'll resolve in a second.
Yeah, it's like draw 2, lose 2, right? Yeah, it's
So
very
draw 2,
strong.
lose 2. That's exactly right. And then what we're going to do is I have another 4. And there was a plan here, but there's so many cards now that it's getting out of hand. I'm going to take my Scorpec Lord. I think this is the first time we've seen him. He has Menace. He's a 3/2. and all other artifact creatures I control get +1/0 and have menace.
Wow.
So that helps.
All right.
And I don't think I have a 1 cost kicking around. So I'm going to lose that last little bit of inefficiency there.
Is it
But
only
I
creatures?
think
or is
it's
it
going to be
artifacts?
okay. Now, my Emotech the Stormlord is going to create 2 tokens for me.
Wow.
And I think we're ready to start playing this turn.
Well,
The
before
game
you-
begins.
Before you go to combat, make sure you draw those 2 cards and lose those 2 life,
Yes, thank you so much. Can you lose my 2 life there?
Yep.
because that might affect what you do before you could
You're-
kill anyone right now. Like that Menace Lord. Oh my god.
That's so good.
The Menace Lord is very exciting. Okay. So I don't think I have enough mana to play any of these other interesting things. So what we're going to do is, who's got blockers? So you have Abaddon. What's his toughness?
It's a 5/5, but with Menace, I have no blockers.
Right,
Anybody
right.
who has less than 2 blockers has 0 blockers for you.
Yeah, and the life totals, we got 12, 20. So Bridger, what do you have to block?
Just the Swarmlord.
No blockers.
No blockers.
I'm the only one who can block. And it's 1.
Okay. Well, then, this is the first time I'll attack Bridger with my Emotech, the Stormlord. He's going to be a 4/3 with Menace. And then we will also attack Bridger with my Scorpec Lord. And he's going to be a 5/2 with Menace.
So it's 9
And is that
damage.
including the pre-combat trigger from Amotech for whatever?
Say again to me?
So does Amotech have a trigger for combat math or something like that?
You're right. I do get to put 2/2/2 and Menace onto a creature. So I'll put that onto. You're right. I did miss that. I'll put that onto Emotech.
So I take 11 damage.
Yeah. So that is 5, 6. Yeah, 11. You're right.
Double menace.
This is why we have defensive Swarmlords.
They're not helping. Our
Yeah.
commanders are doing
glad
nothing.
he's hung back. Yeah.
And that's going to be my turn.
All right, Abaddon. We've had a good time together. Not necessarily a long time, but I need you to channel a card off the top of the deck that's going to stabilize this board and make us win. Can you do that? You sold your soul to the Chaos Gods for this exact moment, right? I'm sure
Sure.
that's about what happened.
Yeah, he went into the God Emperor's room, you know, and or like alongside the Horus Heresy, and was like, "Trust me, bro. In like way in the past, in a different reality, there's this one guy who's playing a game of Magic: The Gathering, and he's really gonna love it when we channel all the chaos into this one top deck."
Perfect. All right. Oh!
Oh, I was
It's
hoping-
actually a good hit.
I thought it was gonna be mountain.
No, I scryed a mountain to the bottom. Okay. Hold on. Man, I can't even attack anybody for sweet, like,
For Cascade.
Cascade stuff. I couldn't Cascade anyways. Well, let's all introduce you to the Chaos Defiler.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
This is a 5-mana 5/4. And when it enters the battlefield or dies, for each opponent, choose a non-land permanent that player controls, and then destroy one of them at random.
That's cool.
All right. Ben, your stupid Dreadnought keeps hitting me, so I'm going to choose it.
All right,
Bridger.
that is fair.
I feel no, I'm going to do an act of kindness here. It's not going to be your commander. It's going to be your Hardened Scales.
Cool.
And then Brian, it's got to be your engine piece there. It's a little too powerful.
The Out of the Tombs.
No, not the tomb. I'm sorry. I mean your creature whose name I keep forgetting.
So Emotech the Stormlord, and when you kill him, you will get your Lucius back.
Yes, exactly. All right. So 1-2 Ben, 3-4 Bridger, 5-6 Brian. Ben,
Oh, it's Ben.
I
For what?
destroy your Dreadnought, Ben.
Oh, I had assumed you were already doing. I had already come to terms with it and removed it from the board. So
I looked over and I was gone. No, it was random.
Yeah,
Ben,
great.
Ben just
Well,
knew. Ben just knew.
Yeah, deep down in my heart of hearts, I knew.
Now,
Yeah, all right.
funny thing about the Defiler Surge, if you take a look at that art, you tell me if you think that fits more in a sci-fi setting or a fantasy setting.
I think it's definitely more of a sci-fi. I guess the fantasy looks maybe kind of like an orc thing, right? Because of the... Is that what you're thinking? I don't know. I think it looks kind of mecha.
The Defiler is a chaos model that you can play in fantasy.
Wait,
That's
what?
true.
Nobody knows why. It's like one of the most sci-fi things, and they're like,
It's
mecha
super
demon
sci-fi.
robot.
It does.
Huh.
It does kind of look orc to you, though, right? Like just with the I
Oh,
could
yeah,
see somebody
yeah.
spray painting more DACA on the side of this. You know?
Yeah.
Pretty sure the orcs have definitely taken it over and spray painted it once or twice.
Yeah. All right. I have no attacks. I'm gonna pass the Ben. I really have to pee, so I'm gonna sneak away for like just a minute. I'll be right back.
All right, time to murder Serge.
No, wait.
No, he still had his headphones on. Damn. All right, draw for the turn. That is not a good draw. I am going to hopefully not die.
All right, Ben, while you're thinking about that, I'm going to harrow because I don't want to do this on your end step and waste everybody's time.
Sure, that's just sack a land and get lands.
Yeah.
All right, I will play this Port Town, which is going to come into play tapped. Boy, what is your biggest, scariest thing, Brian?
Yeah, so I think you could claim that it's the Scorpec Lord I put down last turn was pretty interesting. He's the one that he's a 3/2. He gives everyone else menace and +1 and menace. So that one's good. The other really good one is my 4/6 Death Touch, and he has all the abilities of everything in my graveyard, all the activated abilities. Those are my two most interesting. Oh no, the Stormlord's also interesting. He's the one that's going to be creating these tokens.
Okay.
So those three are I'd say interesting choices.
Is it just the one Death Toucher?
I have 2 Death Touch. My other Death Touch is a 4/2 Death Touch, and he does what? When he just gains first strike when I get an artifact.
Okay, I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'll tap down that one.
You're gonna
with
tap
the-
down my 4/6 Death Touch.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, that's the most interesting one.
with Greyfax, and make a clue to which I'm going to sacrifice it right away and draw a card.
So, for what it's worth, when you target that creature, he's the one who has all the activated abilities of cards in my graveyard.
Mhm.
I'm going to tap him to use an activated ability in my graveyard. I'll tell you which one in a second,
Sure.
but it's one that lets me look at the top of my deck or something.
Okay. Oh, that is very interesting. I'm going to come back to you in a hot moment. But first, what I'm going to do is go to combat. And Brian, I'm going to attack you with the 6/5 lifelinker.
Ooh, 6/5 lifelink. 6/5 lifelink, and does it have trample or anything?
Nope.
6/5, huh? 6/5. Okay. What I'm going to do then is block with my 5/1, my Technomancer.
You got it. So they'll trade, and I'll gain 6. And then once more, they're going into the random zone. Will it be a horrible circumstance? Probably.
I love that they took Rise of the Second Sun, or Second Sunrise, and made it a creature.
Yeah, it's super cool.
All right. Second main, I am going to tap for 4 and... Oh, no. Did I... Okay, no, it's fine. I have Command Tower. Wait. Triple white and 4 to cast Hour of Reckoning.
Uh-oh.
It has Convoke, but I have no creatures untapped. It's destroy all non-token creatures.
Oh,
Rude!
I mean, I feel like we would probably die to Brian if I don't.
No, I love it.
Wipe the board.
Ben.
All right.
All non-token. All right.
Yeah.
Abaddon has done nothing. All right, so I'm going to have a triggered ability when Chaos Defiler dies.
You got it.
Okay, so Ben,
Yeah.
I will target your Sol Ring.
You're gonna blow up. Oh, I see.
Can everybody keep track of how many creatures are dying?
Sure.
Yes. So Brian, I'm going to target your Hardened Scales, Bridger's Hardened Scales. Brian, what else do you have?
That's still going to be alive. I have my Out of the Tombs, my Arcane Signet, and my 2 Necron warrior tokens.
Let's just go ahead and finally target your Out of the Tombs. So that's the next one. All right, and Bridger, Hardened Scales is dead.
Hardened Scales.
So this dies, and then I have a triggered ability as well, which is going to be Lucius is going to return. But so I lost 2 creatures. Brian, how many? What's your thing here?
I lost 4. I just need the total number.
8.
1.
So 4 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 is 8.
Okay, 8. Great.
Anything else?
I'm gonna do something before the end of Ben's.
Okay, so Lucius is going to come back because it was hiding underneath your creature all along.
That's right.
Okay. Everything resolved there? Cool. I'm gonna, on the second main, tap for 4 for a company commander.
Oh.
So they're 2/4, and they have command section. When it enters the battlefield, I create a number of 1/1 white creature token that equal to the number of opponents I have.
Oh.
So I get 3.
Nice.
Now I'm trying. I assume this is a bunch of Imperium soldiers, right? So I should just take like these tokens here. There we go. The militia's here. And they also have Bring It Down. So whenever it attacks, creatures I control gain Death Touch.
What?
What?
Why?
What?
Yeah. So I can sneak my little buddies through. And that is going to be my turn. Go ahead,
So
Bridger.
before the end of your turn, I'm going to tap the remaining mana and play a flash creature. He's a Sawtech Immortal. He's a 2/2, and he comes in the battlefield with 1/1 counters equal to the number of creatures that died this turn.
Oh. Hey, so I may have made a bigger problem.
Is he an artifact, Brian?
He is an artifact creature, Necron.
Excellent.
Yes.
Don't worry, Ben. I got you.
Oh, sick. All right.
Now, the company commander, I think, is a great example of. I think all of the power and toughnesses in this set are not lore based. It's like whatever game mechanic wise they needed. Because
Yeah, I agree with that.
the company commander is just a guardsman. He's just an officer, and he's a
Yeah,
he's got the-
2/4.
But he's got pancakes in the back. Got a big booty. The 2/4 boot.
built like a Pixar mom right there.
Yeah.
I feel like Imperial Guardsmen should be like 0/1 goat tokens
Yeah.
based on the lore, you know? Like they are the cannon fodder of the cannon fodder, right?
They try their best. That's all you can really ask of them.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to cast Hull Breach, Brian. This
Ooh,
is
nice.
destroy an artifact, an enchantment, or an artifact and an enchantment. I'm going to target an artifact and an enchantment, your giant dude, and your tombs. You
Oh my goodness.
get them out of here.
That was a long time coming, so definitely deserves that.
Check out this cool 40k Hull Breach art.
That's awesome.
That's really sick.
All right, back to square one. 2 Necron warriors.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yeah.
And
Where'd
then
everyone else go? Did we sleep in?
10 mana for the Swarm Lord.
Oh my god.
So that's 3. So this is 6. It's just 6. It's just 6. And that's my turn. And I'm going to crack this Evolving Wilds while we...
Okay, this would have been a turn where I put 14 cards into my graveyard, but that game is now finished. I think that went longer than I would have expected. So I'm going to untap, and we will draw for turn. Okay, we start getting the swamps now, because we're not putting them in our graveyard, I guess. That's how that works, right? So we're going to tap 4 mana. We're going to do Locust Heavy Destroyer. He's a 3/2 flyer. And when he enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature.
No.
Hey, speaking of cannon fodder, see you later, random soldier.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah.
Lucius is going to hide underneath one of your 1/1 counters, all right?
Yeah. Oh, one of my 1/1 tokens?
Yeah. Lucius is like, I'm going to hide here.
All right. Sounds good.
Who has artifacts in their graveyard?
I do. I have 2,
one.
in fact.
I have 0.
No, I have 2. Pardon me. I have 2 artifact creatures in my graveyard.
You have 2.
Yes.
It's not too exciting, but I don't know that there's going to be a better time for this. Very difficult decision. So, 2, 4. Let's just go for this. So I'm going to tap 4 mana. I'm going to play a Canoptic Scarab Swarm, one of my favorite units. It's a 1/1 flyer, so not very scary, but when it enters the battlefield, exile target player's graveyard. For each artifact or land exiled this way, create a 1/1 insect token with flying. So, I guess...
You have 3 hits from my graveyard for artifacts and or lands.
Did I say land? Yes, I did. Okay, so... and can you beat that, Ben? Can you beat 3 for artifact or land?
I will also have 3. Yeah, I have a Terramorphic Expanse, a Redemptor Dreadnought, and the Data Smith.
Well, then I'll just exile Ben's.
Sure.
And that's 3, so I'll put 3 insect tokens, little scarab insects, little 1/1 flyers. This gives me some chumps to deal with. And I think we... So you have blockers, Ben. No one else has blockers.
Mm-hmm.
I have no board.
Okay, so Serge will actually Bridger's got a little more out. So I'm going to attack Bridger for 2 with my Necron Warrior.
I will take 2.
There's an interesting play question here, which is, can you target your own graveyard with your creature and then get 1,000,000 1/1 bug tokens? Or does it say opponent specifically?
Great question.
There's a trade-off. Like, I mean, getting a bunch of 1/1s would be cool, but also, like, I think Brian's got a lot of
so many
graveyard
synergies.
interaction.
Yeah.
Target player. So if I did it to me, you're absolutely right. It would be absurd. At this point, I would probably have something like 60 1/1s. So, I'm not going to do that because I have no way of managing that.
That's fair. You're like, that sounds nah.
But you're right. It's actually an interesting win condition after I've put this much in my graveyard.
Yeah, you're like, I just attack with the bugs. Like, you could also just do percentile dice. You could be like, you know what I'm going to do? I have my 1 bug represented by 60 of these.
There have been a lot of actual 40K games won by Scarab Swarms, so that would be
very flavorful too.
Yeah. But I'll stick with it. It's fine. I think it'd be a little oppressive.
All right, and is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right. Oh, great Abaddon and the Chaos Gods that you've sold your soul for. Please give me more top decks. Oh, it's a card. Oh! Question.
Yep.
Who has the biggest creature in their graveyard? Asking for me.
I can tell you it is not me.
I have the
right, we just exiled yours.
I have the 8/8 Shard of the Nightbringer. That's probably my best one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't beat
Bridger?
that. No, I can't beat Nate. I have a 0/4 and a 3/3.
All right, my commander costs 9. I mean, I do happen to have 9 mana exactly here. So let's go ahead and bring Abaddon back for the 3rd time. And since my commander shares a creature type with my commander, I get to scry off my tower. Oh, things are coming up, Serge. I'm going to leave that on top. All right. I just have to untap. Ben, your go.
All right. I will untap, as Serge wants to do. A shame for him. No, I'm just kidding. Draw. Is it the miracle? It is not. Ooh, what do you do? Oh, that is interesting. Okay. How much mana do I have? Can I do all of my hopes and dreams? So my commander costs 10. So I want to cast them. The commander dex is at 6 at this point. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then if I wanted this and then this, I can do that. Sure. Let's do that. Let's make sure I'm not cheating. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna tap for 10. Bringing back Greyfax, so everything gets +1/+0 in vigilance. Then I'm gonna tap for 3 to play an assault intercessor.
Oh
God.
They are a 3/2 with first strike and Menace. And they have Chainsword, which is whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, that player loses 2 life.
Oh.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap for 1 and then put 2 extra with a Strive card to play Launch the Fleet. And the targets are going to be these 3 friendos, which is until end of turn, any number of target creatures each gain whenever this creature attacks, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token that's tapped and attacking. So,
Okay.
yeah. So what I'm going to do here is, I don't even know if this is good, but I mean, I feel like I'm the bastion of man is fighting against the Necrons here. I am going to swing with these 3 at Brian. And then 3 more soldiers are going to be coming on in that are also doing the same.
And they all have +1/+0 and Death Touch.
Yes.
Okay, so you've got how many creatures coming at me total?
6 in total. So there are 5 2/1 Death Touchers and 1 3/4 Death Toucher.
I think I'm going to take that.
Okay, so that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have chunked them.
Yeah, back into the realm of mortals again. Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
And that will be me. Go ahead, Bridger.
Okay. All right.
The guardsmen are coming in clutch.
I'm going to remember to draw
so
this
your
turn.
rare is any time a creature dies, its opponent loses 2 life?
Whenever a creature dies, the controller of that loses 2 life.
And is it symmetrical or is it opponent only?
Opponent only. You cannot kill me with my intercessor.
It's quite good. I'm going to remember to draw this turn using Abundance, naming non-land.
Okay.
That is not a land, technically. New Horizons. Technically not a land. All right, let's spin the icon one more time.
Tyranids.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, Exocrine is a Tyranid. So I will reveal Exocrine, which is red 2 and X for an XX, or a 2/2 with X 1/1 counters on it. And when it enters the battlefield, it deals X damage to each player and each other creature. Now, I'm limited by the fact that I only have 8 life. But it's a cool one. So I'll spend 4 on a Haruspex, which is a 2/2. Whenever another creature dies, put a 1/1 counter on Haruspex. And then we're going to fire off Exocrine for X equals 1.
Okay, on my end, that's 4 creatures here.
So it's going to deal 1 damage to every creature on the battlefield?
And every player.
What?
And every player. Wow. Okay, well, let's resolve this one at a time here if there's no effects, just because a lot of things are going to happen. So, Brian, let's do it to you first. So 1 damage. How many creatures are you going to lose?
Yeah, I have 4 creatures that will go down, my 3 insects and the Canoptic Swarm that created them.
So you'll lose 4 creatures, and you'll also lose 8 life, 9 in total because of the 1 from that as well. So that'll take you to 12.
Yep.
All right. I have 1 creature, and I take 1 life, so I go to 11. And then Ben, what happens to you?
I lose my guardsmen. They did
no.
so good.
Oh, that also means I get
Yeah.
Lasius back. Lucius, the Eternal. Back again.
And then sorry, Ben, how many creatures did you lose?
I lost 5.
Excellent.
I also just I missed my Path of Ancestry trigger, so I have to scry off of my commander coming in. Ooh,
sounds good to me. That's my turn. I now have a large Heart of Specs and a little bitty Exocrine.
I'm keeping that on top, I suppose.
Over to you, Brian.
Okay.
The archenemy just keeps moving around here. Brian is no longer threatening.
We're all about ready to die.
The hard part about this deck is I have, like, at this point, maybe what the equivalent of 40 cards I could play. And it's very hard to keep track of them all and their interactions. Okay, so I untap, draw for turn. And, okay, interesting. Okay. No, can't do that this time. So I have a very complicated interaction that I had it all planned out with exactly the number of creatures I had, but Bridger got rid of a few. And so I think my math is not going to work anymore, but maybe it will. Let's give it a try. So I'm going to tap 4 mana, and I'm going to play a Ghost Ark. Very cool card. It's a 3/3 flyer, and it has an ability called Repair Barge. When it becomes crewed, it's a vehicle, by the way, with crew 2. When it becomes crewed, each artifact in my graveyard gains 3, gains unearth 3. So any artifact back from my graveyard for 3 for 1 turn. So that's cool. I like that. So we'll stick with that. And then it's got crew 2, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to crew it with my Necron Warrior. So now I have some creatures in my graveyard that cost 3 to unearth, right? So now remind me, can I... like this Ghost Ark, can it crew something else?
Yeah,
No,
vehicle can. However, it has to tap to crew.
And it has summoning sickness, right?
No. I'm pretty sure you can crew even with summoning sickness. The things that it can't do is it can't attack and it can't tap to do activated abilities. But a vehicle can crew, unless they changed it. I'm pretty sure a vehicle can crew another vehicle.
You're right.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay 3 to bring back the Necron Monolith. This is a 7/7 flying indestructible. And when it attacks, I mill 3 cards, and for each creature card milled, I create a black 2/2 Necron Warrior token.
So then just let me double check. You're trying to bring that back with Unearth?
Yeah.
So I don't think that can come back, unfortunately, because it's not a creature. Unearth only works for creatures, and that's a vehicle.
So in this case, artifact creature, you're okay. So you're right. That's a funny interaction. You're right.
Yeah. Normally, it's not very intuitive, specifically because in all respects, like a vehicle does look like a creature, but it's not until it's crewed.
So that's fine. I will have it. Just chat amongst yourself for a second. I'm just going to replace this card with another option I had.
Yeah. Can we just talk about how cool that deck is, though? Because I'm terrified by it.
Yeah.
Of all the decks, the Necron was I think the one that universally most people found to be pretty powerful. Just because artifact synergy.
And
okay, so I got it.
Oh, yeah. Looks like he's got a line.
I'm bringing back the Technomancer. He's a 5, and when he enters the battlefield, when he enters the battlefield, he gets to mill 3 cards and then return any number of artifact creatures with a total mana cost of 6 or less. So I mill 3. It's a Soul Ring and a Hedron Archive and a Swamp. So I'm not going to be using those. This is crazy. And then I get to bring any back with a converted mana cost of 6 or less. So I'll bring Emotech the Stormlord back.
Oh no! But we had done it. We had defeated the evil.
He just keeps coming back.
And then I'll bring my Psychomancer back as well. So that adds up to 6. Great. Then we still have more creatures in our graveyard, so I will pay 3 more to bring out Illuminor Caesaris from my graveyard. He's a 3/3, and he has tap, sacrifice another creature, and add the amount of mana equal to its converted mana cost.
Oh.
So I have a bunch of creatures that are about to die at the end of the turn anyways. So that's useful. And what I'm going to do then is move into my combat step. Now, what kind of blockers do people have?
I've got a 5/5 and a 5/3.
Any flying?
Negative.
Okay, a 5/5 and a 5/3. And anyone else?
I have a 3/3 and an 11/11.
Oh, just an 11/11? Okay, that's fine. So what we're going to do is I'm going to die anyways.
Just let's really quickly double check the wording on unearth. I think if they
They
would
get
die,
haste.
no, so they have haste, they get to attack. But I think specifically when they die, they go to exile. Just if you're planning on doing like a bunch of recursion, I just want to make
Yeah,
sure.
no, all these cards are going to be exiled now. this
Okay,
time.
perfect.
Yeah.
Terrifying, but perfect.
There is an exception to that, which is if I sacrifice it first.
I
That's
believe
my question.
Unearth
What is-
has, if you would die, exile instead.
Yeah, if it would leave the battlefield in any way, exile it instead. That's what I'm thinking, because you might be trying to set up a way to.
Because I'm not trying to do that, but if it would leave the battlefield, yeah. Or if okay. So, anyways, I wasn't trying to recursion, but it's a good point. It's the first time I played this deck, so there's a lot of weird interactions happening here.
Oh
So
yeah,
cool, though.
You're doing a great job.
So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to attack Serge for 4. These are flying, so one's a 3/2, one's a 1/1 flyer.
Yeah, nothing I can do about that. I'll be going to 7.
And sorry, what's your toughest creature? Highest toughness, Serge?
I have a 5/5 and a 5/3.
And I will attack you with my 5/1 Technomancer as well.
Oh, okay, sure. I'll block with Lucius the Eternal. Wait. Yeah. I think that's the way to go. Yeah, I'll block with Lucius the Eternal.
Okay, and that is I think that's going to be my combat step.
So when Lucius dies, I'm going to put it underneath your 5/1 that's going to die at end of turn because it unearthed.
The one I just attacked you with.
Oh, the other 2 creatures you have are going to stay forever, right?
No, the Storm. You could put it underneath the Stormlord. He'll die at the end of the turn as well.
Well, if the Stormlord came back from the ETB trigger, those creatures won't die. So when you unearthed your Reanimator creature...
Oh, yeah, you're right. The Stormlord won't
Yeah.
die. The Technomancer will, though.
I think I just traded with the Technomancer, though.
But you
didn't
can
I?
just
Yeah,
pick
you
one of
did.
the flyers that's going to go away, right?
Yeah, that's the same. So which of the creatures have
And
you
you can
unearthed?
pick the Psychomancer I brought back with the Stormlord. So the only one I brought back actually is the Technomancer.
That's
The
what I
only
was
one that's
afraid
going
of.
to die at the end of the turn is the Technomancer.
And they both die right now from combat math. Sure. Put me under Imhotep again.
Okay. So we'll just put a card underneath the Imhotep.
All right. And so your creature goes into exile because it died in combat. And I'm at 7, and now it's your second main.
And okay, and then you take the 4 damage.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, we
down to
did that.
7.
Okay. So Emotech came in, and I also should have said when Emotech came in, it would have created 2 artifact tokens.
Yeah.
After I moved the next creature into play, which was the Technomancer.
We missed some chainsword triggers. Each of you loses 2 life from...
Oh, crap. Wow. Yeah. So one of my creatures died from Chainsword, so that goes down. And
Oh,
Brian
wait.
had a creature die, so that goes...
Yeah.
Well, so
Well, that's a replacement effect. It goes into
Yes.
exile, so it doesn't die. So Brian doesn't lose 2 life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Serge will.
Sorry, Serge.
Yeah. No, that's okay. That's fine.
That's
If anyone
really...
should apologize, it should be Brian.
You're right. I do owe everybody an apology for this nonsense. And Illuminor Caesaris, I think what we're going to do is Illuminor Caesaris is going to tap, and then he has to sacrifice a creature. I really like my Stormlord here. And so many activated abilities here. I think what we'll do... Unfortunately, this is where I got a little messed up. I think I really wanted the the Technomancer to be there for sacrifice, but I did my math wrong on that. So I think what we'll do is we'll sacrifice the Locust Heavy Destroyer, and that adds 4 mana, and that's going to allow me to put a Canoptic Tomb Sentinel into play. He's a 4/3 Vigilance, and when he enters the battlefield, only from the graveyard, I get to exile a permanent. So if he dies and comes back, I'll get to do that. Caesaris is going to die. Now, that was 3 artifacts that went to the graveyard.
Oh, sorry, that is Caesaris. That is the one I wanted to put my my
great
Lucius under, because I thought that one was going to die.
No, you're right. I misled you on that. So
Okay.
So then your Lucius can come back.
Yeah.
I had three cards go to the graveyard. So that means I get to ping someone for 3 damage and gain 3. So I'll ping Ben for 3 and gain 3.
This is terrifying.
So just to clarify as well, because these are all like ones that have become unearthed, right? That are because none of them.
One was unearthed. One was unearthed, and 2 of them were resurrected via separate ability.
Gotcha. Okay, because like yeah, the one thing will be like anything that's leaving from unearthed doesn't technically die, if it's looking at die triggers.
Right. So those, the ones that are exiled won't ping Ben, whereas the ones that are dying will. So is there a difference in that?
Yes, there will be. No, the trigger ability says if it's put into exile as well.
Oh,
my
sick.
God.
Well, there you go. I'll take it all.
Jeez.
I'll take it all.
How many of those died versus exiled? Because I hit you for 6 chainsword damage, but you might not have taken 6 chainsword damage.
I had what appears to be 2 exiled.
So one creature of yours died this turn. Okay.
2 of my creatures died because 1 died to combat as well.
Well, the one that died in combat went to exile. It's terminology in Magic.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Sorry. It's
I
sorry.
think I have life totals right now, but who knows?
Okay, and that's
one last
that's
thing
my
on
turn.
that, Bridger, is for all the creatures that died, we also need to put a +1/+1 counter on your largest friend.
Is it a
And
May?
I think the
So
answer we had for that was 2. Is that correct?
It's not
I
even a
think
May.
And Serge, one last his ability when 1 or more artifact cards leave your graveyard, create 2/2 Necron. Is that per turn or every individual time
That's
that happens?
not every individual card, but every individual instance of that. So it can trigger multiple times. So
I see. So that would have triggered 3 times on my turn.
yeah, go ahead and add more tutus. Yeah. So in a non-competitive environment like this, anytime there's a judge call on something like that, we do basically what we're doing here, which is we want the cards to be able to do as much as they can within the rules. So it's like, yeah, we'll fix the board state to try and represent everything the best that we can, right?
Yeah, it's the epitome of like when you go through like a long play in Dungeons and Dragons, and then you go, DM, I do that.
Yeah.
And I go,
Yeah.
cool.
Does
Okay.
this
Yeah.
work?
Great.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
This deck really starts comboing like crazy.
It's wild. It's
that's
actually
artifacts,
wild.
baby.
All right.
So
My
we
turn?
We did it.
We did it. We
I'm so
did
sorry.
it. No, this is sick. I love seeing all those
Stop
warriors.
apologizing. Your deck is sweet.
Yeah.
We're the Canadians, okay? That's our
I'm a
word.
Canadian.
Sorry. Oh, there you go. Okay, great. Sorry.
It all adds up.
Yeah.
You're lucky I'm not
Owned it.
apologizing for apologizing.
Yeah.
All right, I have drawn for my turn. I wish I had 2 more mana. How do I do this and not die?
I love this song.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ben,
Yeah.
you have a 3/3, a 2/4, and a 3/2?
I have a 3/3. This is a 4/2 with first strike.
No.
And this is a 3/4.
Why does it have first strike? This means I can't attack anybody.
I don't know. This card's actually messed up. Like, it's a 3-mana 3/2 with first strike and menace that domes your opponent whenever they lose a creature. Like, this card is like I think you play it in many formats.
Yeah. It's like anti-aristocrats.
Yeah.
What if I just I can't attack anybody and I want to attack people? I'm a demon. I really worry about Abaddon as a power level thing compared to the other decks, because like proactively dealing damage to people is hard.
Well, I mean, just deal damage, Serge.
Simply, if it were me, I would simply deal damage, forehead.
Every turn, just
Ben.
start with a lightning bolt.
I feel like I've done this before and it went poorly.
You're coming at me?
What? Yeah.
Not Captain Necron?
What am I going to do to Captain Necron?
He's got a bunch of tutus.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, fine. Captain Necron.
Oh, wow, that worked? Hell yeah. All right.
Wait, no.
Listen, everybody, that was textbook. That was a textbook redirection. That wasn't even. You didn't even try very hard on that one.
No, I didn't. I can't believe that worked so quick, like easily.
That was a minimal effort. Okay, what are the strengths?
I have a 5/5 with trample and a 5/3 with haste.
5/5 with trample. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I really don't want to lose that Ghost Arc. That one's really good. So 5/5 with trample. I'm gonna block that with a 4/3 and a 2/2.
Okay.
And what's the other one? I'm sorry.
5/3.
5/3. Okay. Well, 2/2.
No other abilities.
2/2s. We'll go into that.
Ben, I think my attack was bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. Why would you do that? That seems like really a misplay on your part.
Boom. All right, both my creatures die.
So that's 4 chainsword damage.
Oh, to both of us. I go to 1?
So I lose only 3 creatures, I believe. Or how much damage do you do?
2 each.
So
Wow,
it's-
I don't do any damage to you, but you take 2 damage for every creature that dies here. Oh my god, I could just be dead here. Hold on.
You're at 1 now.
Ben!
You're at
Ben!
1. Don't
You
worry.
betrayed me! Once again, Abaddon has been betrayed by the Empire.
Roger, I lose only 3 creatures, all right? Because
Yeah.
I blocked you with 2/2s
Yeah.
on the other one, right? Okay.
So you take 6.
You'll take 6 and go to 1. I'll take 4 and go to 1. You now have 3 triggered abilities for 3 artifacts dying. Oh, it's only non-tokens, so I think you only get 1 triggered ability here.
But he
Oh,
was
I
at
see.
13,
So-
so he takes 6 down to 7.
Okay, so it's non-tokens.
Oh, I thought you were at 7. Okay, that's going down. Yes, I'm gonna put 1 second. I'm gonna put Lucius underneath that that problematic creature of Ben's.
Which, the Assault
chainsword.
Intercessor?
Yeah, that one's probably gonna die.
The man's with a chainsword? Yeah.
So you have 1 trigger, Brian.
Only 1 trigger then.
Who are you targeting with it?
Oh, you can kill Serge.
It could kill Serge, Brian.
I am at 1.
With the one pig.
I'm gonna hit Ben.
This was all an elaborate ruse to deal 1 to Ben. I got him.
Alrighty.
I'm in trouble. All right, this is fine. This is fine. Go ahead, Ben.
You got it. Untippity tappity. Draw for the turn. I am going to tap for 2 and play this Talisman of Dominance. It's just a mana rock. And then I'm going to play For the Emperor, which is a sorcery that gives creatures I control +2/+2 vigilance and lifelink until end of turn.
Wow. Wow.
So
That's incredible.
Bridget, you've got 1 gigantic thing and 1 not so gigantic thing.
Yes, I have a 19-19 and a 3-3.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack Bridger with the Assault Intercessor. And then these other 2 are going to go at Serge.
What's the total that's coming at me?
It is 6.
6 damage. All right, I have a play.
Okay.
I have a response. I'm going to cast Nurgle's Conscription. 5 mana instant. Put target creature card from opponent's graveyard onto the battlefield tapped under your control, then exile a player's graveyard. Sorry, Brian. I'm going to take your giant flying obelisk that drains life and exile your entire graveyard.
What?
That's amazing. So wait, you're taking my Shard of the Nightbringer.
The one which comes in and takes half their life and drains them for that much.
Dang.
Yeah. Amazing.
Now, Brian, does that round up or down?
Enters the battlefield, cast. Round it up.
So Shard is an 8/8. Can you just read me the stats really quick here?
Yeah, it's an 8/8 flyer, and they lose half. You gain how much they lost.
I don't know how to represent a shard. So this is tapped. Ben, I will dome you for 9.
Yep. And
then I will go up to 10.
All right.
Oh, right. Yep.
And my entire graveyard is gone, right?
Your entire graveyard is now exiled.
That.
It's so rough.
All right. No blocks. You got any
Okay.
blocks, Bridger?
The Assault Intercessor does how much damage?
So the Assault Intercessor, it's a horrible one for you to block because it is a 4/2 with First Strike, Menace, Death Touch, Lifelink.
Oh, first strike, death touch.
And then has
Yeah,
+2,
so
+2
if you put-
for the Emperor.
It had. Oh no! Oh right, I forgot. Serge, I may have lied. No. Okay, hold. Right, I forgot that I also got a +2/+2. Okay, so let me go back through this. Serge, you would be taking 5. It's 10. It is gonna be 10.
No.
But you exiled this thing other way. You can retake that play back if you want.
No,
or
it's fine.
something.
Chat's also telling me that shard wouldn't work for the drain anyways because it's on cast, not ETB.
Okay.
Right.
So
I am
at-
still at 1. I'm dead either way. From Hell's Heart, I stab at Brian and I exile his graveyard.
Sure. Okay.
I
And
totally
then-
deserve that. For what it's worth.
Yeah. So Ben goes back to 17 life.
And so so that's 10 at Surge, and then the Assault Intercessor is actually a 6/4 with all those things that if you block with your 2 friends will die to First Strike, Death Touch.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
I will just block with the Exocrine. And then
It
you're
has
gonna-
Menace.
Oh, then no blocks. How much damage?
Yeah, it'll be 6, taking you to 1.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
So that in total gains me 16 life.
33.
I think we have a common enemy, Bridger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
probably.
the Tyranids and the Necron working together at last.
Serge, actually, if I had, because of the Ghost Arc, I actually had lethal for everybody next turn in the graveyard.
Oh no!
Well, that's horrifying. I am going to pass. I have no cards in hand.
All right. Look, several things have been brewing out in the warp for a while now. I'm going to Abundance trigger naming non-land. That's a land. That is not a land. It is Death's Presence. This goes on the bottom. Death Presence reads, whenever a creature you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, where X is the power of the creature that died. Cool. So that's my draw for the turn. All right. There's a lot that could be done this turn. I'm going to start by spinning the icon. There's one particular Tyranid I'm actually looking for.
Uh-oh.
That's not it, but I do hit Trigon Prime, which is a 4-mana 4/4. Whenever Trigon Prime attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it and a 1/1 counter on up to one other target attacking creature. That creature can't be blocked this turn. Interesting.
Ooh, an unblockable threat.
So I just can't. I can get so much mana. I can.
Yep.
I can make all the mana and kill all the creatures and then die. That's the problem. If you didn't put me
Right,
to
yeah,
one,
because if you wrath, Ben kills everybody. I mean, that's a way. That seems very imperial way to win. You know.
yeah, I'm gonna take all these counters off of Haruspex. So that's 17 mana, 20, 24, 27. So this is Starstorm. X equals 24.
So everything is taking 24.
So all creatures die, I die, and Brian dies.
I will let this resolve, Brian.
And from the ashes, the Imperium emerges the winner.
I think it's looking that way. There's nothing I can do in response.
Wow!
What a way to end it.
Yay!
Congratulations, Ben.
For the Emperor!
For the God Emperor. Wow.
Now, I just wanted to see if this would happen. If an attack was coming in, what I was really hoping was I would tap something down with Greyfax, and then crack the clue, And hopefully on top would be Triumph. No, it's the Golden Throne. right on time. I'm reporting to the Emperor.
So wait a second. Could this be a payoff to that robot you gifted on like turn 3? You gifted him a robot. He gifted you victory.
Oh,
The story here.
yeah. I'm just like I'm picturing like the little robot is now like a constellation in the sky, like giving me a thumbs up. It's just kind of a thing.
Beep boop. Yeah. Love it.
Wow,
Fantastic.
what a game!
Yeah.
What a cool game.
Well, there's plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
Let's head on back and we'll chat a bit before we close out the stream.
Ben was like, no.
There we go. I accidentally brought up my home streaming overlay.
Oh no.
It's just like, all right, welcome everybody.
I just need to show off once again. I love my robot.
Yeah.
That's a
the
good- it
robots really were the star.
It reminds me of Robot Jones.
I kind of channeled a little bit of the Jetsons in my robot there.
Yeah, I feel it. It's got a bit of that rosy vibe with the one wheel.
Yeah, like the hat and also the little wheel instead of legs.
Yeah, I'm into it. Funny enough, when you exiled my graveyard, Serge, that was it's not only does it take out a ton of power, but it's actually a huge relief. It's like a weight off your shoulders. You're just like, finally, I can just play with the cards in my hand, and not this other 70 cards over here. It's really stressful. It's a lot to keep track of when you've got that many cards in my graveyard. I got so many cards in my graveyard so fast with that Out of the Tombs art enchantment. It was incredible. And once you start pairing that with even a few things, like Ghost Ark in particular, the ability to just unearth anything for 3. Now the entire graveyard is just unearthable. It's pretty incredible.
So it is worth mentioning that it is very hard to play one ahead when in Magic. Because you have so many resources, you have so many lines, you have so many opportunities. And I think the worst part that happens, happens to me, is you get up in your own head, because now you're thinking, especially in front of the audience, in front of the other people, they're like, I should be able to do a more powerful turn here. And that self-doubt further adds to the tilt and adds compounding issues to it.
That's true.
So I've been there. You're like,
You did
oh
a
my
great
God, I have
job
too many
piloting
things
it
to
for
do.
the
I
first
can't
time.
handle this, right?
Yeah.
This was actually not only the first time I played this deck. This was my first game of Commander ever.
Oh my goodness!
Oh man! Well, I'm really, really glad that I could be here for that. That's a big event.
I spent my entire childhood playing 4-player Magic, but I stopped around 2006 or 7 playing that. So it was before, I guess, this format, and it was a different format. We played not Highlander. There was no Commander, etc. So I'm used to 4-player multiplayer Magic, but I actually never played Commander. I always played, Type 2, straight competitive Magic.
It's definitely become one of the most popular. I would say is the probably most popular format now
I can see
for
why.
Magic.
It's so much fun by comparison. I'm so invigorated. It's been so many years since Magic's been a big part of my life, and Commander's the whole reason I'm excited about it. So I'm sure that's been the story for so many people.
Yeah, the thing I love most about Commander, after, of course, the community and, like, hanging out with people, bringing people together, is the 6-mana enchantments, the 10-mana sorceries, the XX in your casting cost. Like, just the doofy, fun things that you don't get to do in Standard or Modern. It's like Commander's the home for all the stuff, the kitchen table magic, the spells you've always wanted to cast, and it's just always wrong to cast them.
Yeah, it's for a lot of it too. It is probably one of the most flavorful forms of playing Magic, right? However you want to come at it from a deck construction standpoint, you kind of look at it as a flavor versus function kind of thing. It's like, well, is putting this card from beta in here probably a good idea? This doofy 3-mana 1/1, probably not. But I have an affinity for that card and I like it a lot. So this is the home for it. So that's what makes it so much fun.
I really like that you're not only is it valid, but it's even encouraged sometimes to make the not most practical play, right? And you don't have that stress. You can just do something you think is fun or interesting, that's entirely valid. And particularly when you have decks that are very themed like these, and you can play towards the theme a little bit more, rather than just doing exactly the most efficient thing you could do with your cards in hand. I think that's great, and that's actually the best way to play Warhammer. Also, is competitive Warhammer is a thing, but I really think when you're just playing with your friends, bringing the units you like best, and playing towards the narrative of the models, and it works best. And this allows you to embody that in this card game as well.
I love the deck building strategy. What does your deck do? This. Then what? What do you mean?
Yeah, how does it win? I don't know. But it looks cool doing it. You spin your wheels and you enjoy it.
I so commonly will make powerful engines that have no payoff.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, oh, I had such a big turn. I did this, and I did this, and I did this, and like, and you won. You're like, oh God, no, I got crushed, but it was sweet.
Yeah, very
well.
Cool.
This was really incredible. What a great game for our first time out. If this is everyone's first time joining us, so we're going to be doing this a lot more. We don't have a set schedule. It's not going to be Thursdays at 6. This was just to get it out of the way and play for the very first time. So definitely, subscribe, and we'll let you know when the next games are going to be. We haven't scheduled our next game yet, right, Bridger? We haven't decided, but we've already got a ton of decks lined up. We're going to be playing the new Brothers War. The guys here know that I'm just a mega fan of Urza, and I've been reading his stories and collecting his cards forever. And so I'm really excited to play some of that. And we've got a ton of cool stuff. Not to mention, we're going to play more of the 40K decks, because we've got already tons planned on how to change them up and expand them. So I think we're excited to see more of all of this.
Yeah, we also we got sent a lot of product from Wizards. Thank you so much, Wizards. So we're going to do some Unfinity Limited. I don't think we have the capacity to draft, but I think we're going to be doing some sealed. I have a ton of the last set, the Return to Dominaria, so we can do some stuff with that. I also know that most of our 40K audience doesn't know how Magic works or how to play. So I think next Wednesday at 6, I'm going to be doing an arena tutorial on like the basics of Magic. We'll go through the arena tutorial and some of the color challenge. I think it's the best way to learn Magic. I had played Magic before Arena, but once Arena came around, it was like, it really taught me the ways. And maybe you guys agree or disagree. But
yeah, it's a great way of getting into it. It's the spiritual successor to Duels of the Planeswalkers, which was a tremendous way to get people into Magic back in the day, as like a simpler way to learn and have something control all those pesky triggers that can be spooky.
Bridger's going to be responsible for so many new addictions and collections, I'm sure. As we convert a bunch of Warhammer players into Magic players. Obviously, it's an amazing game, and we're really excited for you all to come along with that ride. But I really want to say just a huge thanks to Ben and Serge from Loading Ready Run. If you haven't already, definitely check out their channel, Loading Ready Run, or Loading Ready Run Magic, which is LRRMTG. Is that correct?
Yes.
And please tell them where else they can find you, because they really should check you out. You're just pioneers in this space, not just Magic, but in streaming in general, and so much amazing stuff that your organization does.
Well, first one thing I do want to plug is you're talking about the Brothers War. We have a very big Loading Ready Run event coming up that was just announced, which is, of course, the Brothers War pre-release. We are in a very special position where Wizards of the Coast trusts us to do sort of like the premiere, the marquee premiere of their products. And so we're going to be doing I think it's a sealed event on November 4th, basically like the public's first look at the set. So that'd be really cool if you want to come check that out. So yeah, you nailed the big ones, the YouTube channel, Loading Ready Run, the Magic specific channel, LRRMTG, and we do a bunch of streams as well over at twitch.tv/Loading Ready Run.
Yeah, that's right. We should have said it's on Twitch, not on YouTube, and we'll definitely be joining you for that.
We do both, but yeah, our live content is primarily on Twitch, but we also do a bunch of YouTube stuff as well. And the vast majority of stuff that we do on Twitch, we know that people can't always watch live, so we also upload it onto the YouTube channel.
Yeah, recently we did a big split of and have multiple channels now encompassing sort of the thing. So we have the Loading Ready Run main channel, the LRRMTG channel, as you just mentioned. I actually run all the tabletop stuff at LRR. So it's LRRTT. And then we also have one for video game related content, which is LRRVG. So yeah, there's like so many of them with the tabletop content too.
What do you guys tell me about the tabletop content? I actually haven't seen any of that, and I'm sure a lot of the people watching would really be
yeah. So one of the streams we do every single week is called AFK, where we play board games, card games, any of that kind of stuff. As well as we have an ongoing game of Gloomhaven that we're playing right now. We all actually, was it last month or the month before, just got into Kill Team. Turns out it's really, really fun. Love Kill Team. I am addicted to it now. So coming onto that channel, we're actually going to be doing, and we're going to be dipping our hands into the battle report thing, kind of like how you guys are dipping your hands into the magic pre-recorded stuff. So yeah, we're going to be making our own Kill Team battle reports that'll go onto the tabletop channel. Yeah, just all kinds of the AFK thing is a variety thing. We just last night did the Atmosphere Khufu the Mummy DVD board game that was only released in the UK, where we you in a race against time, product of the 90s, late 2000s. So yeah, you can find all of our stuff typically will be on the Twitch channel and then subsequently put onto the YouTubes, as well as special pre-recorded content onto those YouTube channels too.
That sounds so fantastic. There's so many things I'm excited to watch just from that list you've given. So
I mean, you guys
I miss full motion video games for I used to have so many for the Sega Saturn, things like Night Trap and crazy full motion video games.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you guys are also like great personalities yourselves. You have personal channels. I know I've watched twitch.tv/Serge Jaeger, watched you play many hours of Minecraft. Ben Ulmer, we've done Commander streams, twitch.tv/Bengineering. Love watching you guys.
Yes, that is correct. I've been painting a lot lately. I've been mini painting and stuff, and doing like hangout streams and whatnot. I'm going to be checking out Moonbreakers in the near future, which is it's a new digital war tabletop game that you can like paint the minis and stuff virtually.
Yeah,
so
I'm really impressed with that game. Actually, it looks really cool, and I'm surprised we're not. I think we're going to see more in that kind of genre because it's a really great idea.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Bridger, I think we should leave it there. This was absolutely fantastic. Thank you all for joining us. Please give us a subscribe. We're going to be doing so much more. And let us know. Give us some feedback. This was our very first time out. We already know 100 ways to make this show better. Serge and Ben have given us so much great feedback as well to help us make it better. So we'd love to hear from you as well. We're really excited to start ramping this up. We're going to see so much more soon. And Bridger, anything else you want to say before we sign off?
No, I think that's going to do it. Have a good night, everyone.
All right. Bye.